Getting at the end of Tuesday, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 203, your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. The Cardinals announced yesterday that the opening roster has been set. A couple of big news items. J.J. Weatherholt, of course, made the team. Top-tier prospect, top 5 in baseball, according to many publications.
Greatest player ever.
Could be.
I hope so.
Likely starting at second base, possibly even their leadoff hitter, became the guy after trading Brendan Donovan. So J.J. Weatherholt makes the team. Before we get into some of the angst surrounding a certain player, let's stick with J.J. Weatherholt, because this is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Angst?
Young man.
Why would there be angst?
Well, even in a rebuild team.
That's a tease.
Fans are still ticked off about something.
Really?
J.J. Weatherholt. I love that they didn't mess around with the service time. I thought they might. I'll be completely honest. I thought that getting back to a couple of months ago, I thought they'll mess around with the service time. They'll try to buy themselves another year, i.e., the way the Cubs handled Chris Bryant. They didn't play any games. They said he's had a great spring. We've seen all we need to see. He's not going to Memphis. He's going to break the club. Break spring training with the big league club, and he'll be in the opening day lineup come Thursday. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm thrilled for the young man. He's done everything right. He's played very well. I didn't think they were going to tinker with the service time. Let me rephrase that. At first, I thought maybe it would happen. Once they made all the trades, and it was very, very clear that this is a rebuild or a build, as they call it, down at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty clear he'd be on the opening day roster. Because Brendan Donovan kind of was roadblocking, and you had some pieces in place that you weren't sure about. As soon as they got rid of all their big dogs and they got rid of Brendan Donovan, and I thought at that point they're going to go with a really young lineup, and why not J.J. Weatherholt? Now, is he a permanent fixture? I guess time will tell. It's up to him. Can he start off good and keep the pace going throughout the season and not have a dip where they're like, this might be working it against him? Because who knows? He's never been in the majors. But I like it too. For me, honestly, it gives me something to turn the TV on and watch.
Sure. Absolutely. And I don't think this is necessarily, this is a bit hyperbolic, but this is not just a rookie debut. This is the face of the next phase. Like him and
sure.
Mason Wynn, this ushers in the next phase of Cardinals baseball. So you get to make that announcement, so to speak, on opening day at Busch Stadium, where you got Wynn and you've got Weatherholt up the middle, and they're both in the same lineup.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with that. I think it's a good thing for him. It's a great opportunity. If you work hard as a young player or at any level, you want to be rewarded for it. You don't want somebody messing around with service time to try to alleviate some of the pressure and make sure that they can have you under contract for an additional year while, kind of tampering with your playing time. So, good for him, good for the Cardinals, and hopefully it works out. I think those two up the middle, him and Mason Wynn, are going to be your shortstop and second baseman for the next 8 to 10 years. That would be outstanding if that's the case. And they get that camaraderie. They are able to withstand, all of the things that come along with being a professional ball player. Good for them.
One of the questions I have, and maybe other people have the same question, but how do you think this team will ultimately handle J.J. Weatherholt when he does face adversity at the major league level?
Well, they're going to try and correct his swing first and foremost.
Oh, boy.
Why wouldn't they? It works out, man.
They want him hitting the long ball.
Nah, you got to hit it.
Driving that in the gap.
Hit it
Don't
hard.
mind that crap, kid. Swing for the fences,
Wow. Marsh, I think that they will. The fact that they're not expected to contend, I think they'll allow him to both succeed and struggle at the big league level.
We'll see. I agree with you. I'm just being a jerk.
When Walker came up a couple of years ago, they foolishly still believed that they were a contender.
Right.
They lied to themselves. They said,
that's the best way to put it.
He's going to be a big piece of the, like, they either lied to themselves or they just were blissfully unaware that they didn't have a good enough roster to compete. So they started to tinker, and then they sent him down, and then he didn't make the adjustments either, and all that. We know that story. But with Weatherholt, it's a completely different situation. You're not expected to contend.
If this team is to compete, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs or whatnot. We hope they do. But if they are a competitive ball club, do you think he is a huge reason as to why that is? Or do you think it comes from other players throughout that lineup?
I mean, I would think that he would be a part of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know who else outside of Yvonne Herrera and Mason Wynn, Burleson. What other component is there that you say, okay, that, you know, that player can lead you? Mm-hmm. So, yes, I do. Now, I mentioned the angst. Nelson Velasquez, of all players, Nelson Velasquez is the one that a lot of people are ticked off didn't make the roster. And you can understand why. He crushed in spring training. He had 4 home runs and an OPS of over 1,000, best on the team throughout spring training, still didn't make the roster. I will say this. If you have been one of those fans that has been pissed off by the 3 true outcomes in Major League Baseball, and you don't want your Cardinals to be that team, then you really don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to Velasquez. Because, 1, he's not Jordan Walker in terms of he wasn't drafted and developed by this organization. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you can't just say numbers to numbers, Velasquez should have made the roster, Walker shouldn't, because you're completely overlooking the reality of the situation, which is that Jordan Walker was drafted here. They had big plans for him, and Velasquez was somebody that they picked up in the offseason. The other thing is, Velasquez strikes out a lot. They're prioritizing roster. I'm not saying you don't be pissed off, but you got to at least listen to the reasoning.
Where's he going to play at, Anthony?
Well, he could play in the outfield.
Well,
contact.
3 outfielders out there.
Do you?
They're prioritizing contact over strikeouts and long-term development over short-term power. Mm-hmm. So you're angry. I get it, because you saw what he did in spring training. But if you take a step back and say, why? There are reasons for it. You may disagree with the reasons, but the reasons are roster flexibility, again, prioritizing contact hitting over power, and long-term development over that short-term power. Actually, I'm sorry, not over power, but strikeouts. Contact over strikeouts.
I think
sorry.
Not sorry.
Like, if Jose Fermin is that guy that will be in left field, that will tick me off. With Velasquez not being on the opening day roster, I can be okay with that if Nathan Church or Thomas Sajaci is slotted in left field. I don't need to see Jose Fermin. I really don't.
What's your problem with Jose?
He doesn't like the Ferminator.
I know he doesn't like him at all.
I don't. Ferminator fan.
He doesn't have a future here in St. Louis as like
Have you
one
seen
of the
his
guys.
numbers in the minors?
Yeah, I have.
I'm just asking. Because I didn't know he was as good as he was, because I thought the same, exactly like you. Like, well, this guy's useless, right? For lack of better words. He's batting over 300 in the minors. Whatever value you want to give that to him. His OPS was off the charts. So I'm like, maybe here's my thought. What if he turns into one of those guys at the Cardinals, like, wave him, you know. And then all of a sudden, boom, somebody picks him up and he's good. And you go, well, how'd that happen? And then everybody goes, well, the numbers were there. They just never gave him a chance.
Well, and
I'm not saying he's that player.
For me, there's always places, spots on your roster for guys that can do multiple things. I think that's that role. Like, you can play multiple positions. You can fill in a pinch, and if someone goes down or gets injured for, a couple of weeks, you're there and you can fill that void. Everybody on a professional team is not going to be a starter. It just doesn't work that way, man. Like, that's life. Like, everybody, and everybody, to your point, at some point was the best damn player on some team that they played on at some point in their life.
This is true.
That's just how it goes. So having somebody like Fermin on your roster does not mean it's a wasted spot. It means he has value, but maybe not in the value of an everyday starter. He can fill in for one of your guys that get injured, and again, can fill in multiple positions and not miss a beat for that time. That means his WAR is good, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
Because he's the replacement that you're winning above. If I'm not wrong, tell
You're
me.
wrong.
I don't know. That's the replacement you're winning above. That's how those numbers work. I'm sure.
No,
right?
it's not.
No? Well, I thought that's how it goes. What about Thomas Sajaci? Because everyone told me that Sajaci made a huge mistake by going to play in the World Baseball Classic, but hey, worked out for him. He's on the opening day roster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
His
didn't think
job's
he would
open
be.
for him.
That's Anthony's guy that he doesn't
He's an
like.
Italian. He doesn't like him.
I don't like him. I thought
Weird.
he wasn't going to make it because
crime. You had him sent down. I don't know how many
His
times.
WAR is probably good
because
too.
of his options. He's got two more options left. So, and he might be the first one to go down if they want to bring somebody up later on. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, just floating it out there.
Sure.
All right, Jamie. See what you're doing right now.
What are you talking
and I
about?
don't like it. Okay.
I think Carey makes a great point about the flexibility. My point is I don't really need him starting. He's there when you need him in a pinch.
Yeah.
Literally,
He's a
pinch
utility
hit
guy.
or utility guy, whatever that may be. But I don't. The Furminator. He doesn't
Yeah.
need to be starting.
I think that's what he's gonna be.
We don't need to be playing his sounder like 4 times a week.
Yeah. And I don't think we will.
I don't think so either.
I don't
we
think.
may like it. We may like it. We don't know what Marshy's got.
Maybe I'll make a bad one. You know? I don't know.
No, you wouldn't do that.
No, I want to do that.
You're right.
Sometimes those are the most catchy.
You're right. I want to do that.
You're a pro.
I am.
All right. 101 ESPN will be broadcasting live from inside Ballpark Village this Thursday. The home opener is finally here, and we'll be set up just steps away from the stadium. Not us, but TMA and BK and Ferraria.
Like, what the hell did I
He
do?
was like,
I knew it.
When you said me, I looked because I'm like, Carey's going to not.
yeah.
The hell are we talking about?
No,
Everybody
not
told
us.
me that. Okay.
Yeah, TMA and BK and Ferrario coming live to you this Thursday from Ballpark Village as the Cardinals host the Rays. It's all brought to you by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings experience in Westport Plaza for everything baseball, softball, and to be considered one of the finest in the field. And by Budweiser. Cardinal fans, this Bud's for you. Remember to drink responsibly. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Two questions, both related. One, have we seen the death of the Cinderella in college basketball? And two, do you really care?
Oh, wow.
That's next on 101 ESPN.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs, and maybe you're looking at Cal Raleigh. He had an outstanding year last year. Maybe you want to take him. Maybe you want to go with Kyle Schwarber, who's going to have more home runs this year than he did last year, potentially. He had 56. We'll see. Or maybe you like the Yankees and what they're able to do with Aaron Judge. You can choose whatever you want to do. So if you're ready to play your game, head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. That's FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel, an official sports partner of the MLB. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So the traditional Cinderella in college basketball might be dead.
What?
We
What happened?
don't
She
have.
just lost her slipper. She didn't.
Did she fall
pass.
to her death down those stairs?
I think so.
Did she get run over by the carriage? And the horses?
Listen.
Trying to hurry up and
Or
get
was
back.
it her evil stepsisters?
There may have been foul play.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Investigators. are
Disney
looking.
cut that part out, didn't
Yep.
they?
they left it out.
Investigators are now looking into the situation. This year, number 11 seed Texas is the quote-unquote Cinderella. I can't put them in that category. They play in a Power 5 conference. I know they're first 5, but to me, they don't fall into the traditional Cinderella. Last year, we didn't have a traditional Cinderella make it to the Sweet 16 either. Did we have a double-digit seed? Yeah. I think it was Arkansas. They were like a 10 seed or something like that. But we didn't have a traditional Loyola of Chicago, Davidson, Butler. Like we didn't have the Cinderella last year or this year. Do you think that is going to be the case moving forward? That's question one.
I have an argument for a team that, granted, is in a Power 5.
Illinois is third.
No, man.
And don't you say Iowa, who's the 9 seed.
They beat the
They're
number
the
1
9
seed in Florida.
That's an upset. That
That
doesn't
is
mean
an
that they're a
upset.
Cinderella.
That's a football school, Anthony. They don't even score in either sport.
No.
They don't
punt
try.
scoring. They punt on third downs.
They play good defense. They're sound, Anthony. That's what Iowa. You know how slow they want to play? They
Yes.
want to play so slow. You know why? 'Cause they don't want points scored.
No.
And football's the same way.
He said, screw your point.
Yeah, the hell with those points, man.
Yeah.
You're going to over? Good luck. Not against Iowa.
That's what Syracuse women's basketball, too.
Well,
they play
she's-
defense.
Yeah. She's had another.
Do they?
We'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk
She
about
had
her.
Yeah, I don't like
No,
that.
I don't like that at all.
nonsense.
Some comments that she made.
I don't know if a true. I don't know if there is. I'm to an extent. I agree with you. I don't know that there's a true Cinderella now. I don't know why that is. I think some of these teams. I mean, High Point winning against Wisconsin was a huge win, and then they got knocked off the next round. They didn't make it to the Sweet 16. So, you know, you did have some of those upsets in the first round. Siena would have been the biggest, Cinderella, even if they only made it to the second round, because they would have beat the number 1 overall seed in Duke. But in terms of
My
like,
team? No.
yeah, they almost lost, Jamie. I don't know if you saw that or not. Those guys were on the
Playing all their
ropes.
third stringers.
Yeah, they was on the ropes.
Nope.
Played the starters. Damn near the whole game. Had to.
Siena did.
Yeah, they definitely did. But in terms of a Cinderella, I don't think that you're probably right. I mean,
No, there's underdogs, but there's
not
it's
a
different.
true Cinderella.
So, yes.
We
But-
said.
Go ahead. I was gonna say that's every now and then where you get a true Cinderella that makes it to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8. That's what makes the tournament fun. But this is how it is supposed to be, in my opinion.
So I said yesterday, and I will reiterate since, Carey, you were not here, NIL is the death of Cinderella. Because any of these teams that are small market teams that have a good player get scooped up.
They do.
After one of the big teams says, "Oh boy, did you see that? Do you see that center for Siena?
Yep.
He's 7'1". I didn't know he could dribble." Well, guess what? He's going to play for Alabama next year.
Right.
Like that's
We
what's
missed
happening.
on him, but we won't miss again.
And you think those players are saying, "No, I'd like to stick it out in Siena"?
No.
I'm using that as an example. They're not, because they go, "Oh my God, I'm getting my tuition paid for, but 0 NIL dollars or minimal, and they can go to Alabama, transfer portal, NIL money, playing for a big school, whatever." I'm just using Alabama as the example. Could be anybody, and so that's why I think the Cinderella teams are no longer. There are underdogs, just like every game. There's an underdog, even if it's a 1 versus a 2. There's an underdog in that game.
Right.
But I think the Cinderella story per se will no longer exist because all the good players after 1 year jump.
I think that is the biggest reason for that, and it's the transfer portal and the NIL. And it's a machine, right? So maybe the first year we didn't see it as much, but the second year, the third year, this is where we're
And
going.
then it waters down.
Exactly.
So now all the small schools aren't even getting those surprise players.
Correct.
They have to do a good job of recruiting. Like, you have to do a fantastic job, and you got to shock some people. Like High Point, had an
think that'll
outstanding. Well, yeah. But you don't think it's going to help?
No, I mean, if someone shocked me, I wouldn't go to that school.
Ah, no. I mean, you got to shock your opponent when you like the Shocker, Wichita Shockers. You got to shock those guys.
Oh, it's pronounced with cheetah.
Yeah, that's what we were told.
That's how it's spelled.
It's not actually.
That got me. I was not expecting that from you.
So High Point, the way that they performed.
Yeah.
They had a really good game and took Arkansas to the brink. But a kid like Rob Martin, a St. Louis kid, CBC, played an outstanding game. He's probably going to be looking at one of those Power 5 schools next year if they are willing to go after him because you go toe to toe with one of the best players in the country, a top 5 pick. Somebody's going to say, okay, I want that kid on my roster and surround him with even better players than he had at High Point. So.
Yep.
The Cinderella probably, to your point in terms of the transfer portal, how you don't have to wait a year once you transfer. You can get paid through NIL, more money. Bigger schools are offering more money. The Cinderella story, as it pertains to the NCAA, is probably is dead. And you might have one of those schools, in a few years that surprise you. Yeah. But it won't be.
It's going to be few and far between now. Yeah. Because normally, I realize that the Cinderella gets weeded out. They don't always make the Final Four like Loyola Chicago did the one year. But they typically get to the Sweet 16.
There's usually sometimes they get trickles through.
Yeah, to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Like you usually get that team in the Sweet 16. Last 2 years, you haven't. My question is this now. While we'd like to see it, it's fun. Has it ruined your tournament experience? Because I can't say it has for me.
It does for me. I look forward to that. That one team, just the disruptor. Even if it's one game that they win against an opponent that they shouldn't beat, and that opponent, let's say, is a 3 or a 4, and now they go.
Yeah.
Like it's a disruptor to the entire bracket at that point. At least that side of it.
And that disruptor's got to at least get to the Sweet 16.
Not for me.
I think so.
I think so.
Considered a Cinderella.
No, okay.
You got to make it out of the
We're
first
saying two
weekend.
different things. Yes, I agree. That would qualify them as a Cinderella. For me, a Cinderella team, like a massive underdog that beats a really high-ranked team, that's an upset.
Then you're good.
That I'm looking for.
Okay, then you're good because you're still getting that in the first round.
Where?
High Point.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You got to have something.
Give me that disruption. Anthony.
You're gonna have. You're gonna have.
I don't know
your
if you know
upsets.
that about me, but I like disruption.
I think I do. I think I know that about you.
I think it somewhat ruins my tournament experience. I would love to have at least one team go the distance, maybe not make it to the Final Four, but at least get to that second weekend. I would rather, and I know you brought this up before, we love seeing the upsets until we reach the final stages of this tournament where you want to see the best teams play each other.
Yeah.
I would rather have, a mid-major Cinderella team in the mix than what we had in 2023 when a 5-seed San Diego State took on a 9-seeded FAU. Granted, that was a close game in the semifinal, but then you had a 4-seed UConn take on a 5-seed Miami. No 1-seeds at all in that Final Four. UConn then plays San Diego State and blows them out in the national championship game.
Right.
That wasn't compelling to me.
That was the other side of it. You're right, because that game was not compelling. There was no juice behind it. Going into that game, nobody was excited for it. That, I think, is the one-off. Like, that will happen from time to time. I think that'll happen more because there's no Cinderella teams. But even with that, I think those games are still going to be few and far between. Because look at this year. You're probably going to get a Duke, a Michigan, an Arizona, an Iowa State, Illinois. I mean, Houston. I think you're going to get a couple of the big dogs still make it to the title game.
To Carey's point, though, even though there is no true Cinderella, in my opinion, remaining in this tournament, there are teams that you can root for that sort of feel Cinderella-esque. And you mentioned it with Iowa. Their story, basically, the team it's not a basketball school. It's not. Women's basketball, obviously, they had their run, but for the men's,
still running.
This is something completely new, at least for me. Nebraska is one of those teams too.
Nebraska is a really surprising team. Like they are, first tournament win ever, and now they're in the Sweet 16. That is a team that I'm intrigued to watch them play. That's going to be probably one of the slowest games played, all weekend
In history.
between Iowa and Nebraska. But it should be a fun and it's a Big Ten matchup. So those two schools know each other really well.
Yeah,
that should be a good fun game.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We're going to spend some time remembering the late great Bobby Plager next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking for countertops, cabinets, or flooring, my friends over at E&B Granite, they've got you covered. They've got bold colors, bold patterns, all these things for you, and it's all budget friendly too. So whatever your budget is, E&B Granite is going to take great care of you. They've got the countertops on premises too. You walk in the back in the warehouse and you can look at everything and you see exactly what the patterns are that you're looking for. Cabinets too, all different colors and patterns and price ranges. The in-house design staff is there to help you, and they do a fantastic job. Other services include they got the laser accurate measurements to ensure a perfect fit. I can tell you this, I had my kitchen redone with E&B Granite, and the technicians were absolutely fantastic, spot on with their measurements. When they ripped everything out, they did it in a very great way, didn't damage anything, and then when they were done, man, it looked amazing in my kitchen. So if you have a kitchen, a bathroom, or an outdoor living space that you're looking to remodel with countertops, cabinets, or flooring, call my friends at E&B Granite. Head down to Manchester Ave, where they're located. Walk in, tell them Jamie Rivers sent you. And if you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit enbgranite.com. Again, that's enbgranite.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Washington Capitals. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on 101 ESPN. If you have missed anything from today's show, or if you miss anything throughout the day, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fastline on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And Jamie, I know that you rightfully wanted to spend some time today remembering the late, great Bobby Plager, because it was around this time a couple of years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years ago now, that we lost one of the greats for the Blues.
That was a tough day. You and your family were on spring break, like you yearly. That's your trip. You do that. So BT and I were in here with Brad Barnes, good old meat, was on the board. And I got a text message from somebody from the Blues front office just saying, hey, just a heads up, Bobby Plager passed away. We're on air. I'm like, what? And that was the day where you're not here. So, because as you know, Carey, Anthony's, this is his show.
Come on, man.
When he's not here, somebody else has to drive the bus.
Carey knows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Brad, who'd been here quite a while, said, no, it's your day. You got to learn sometime. He was right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, great. My first day driving the bus. And unfortunately, the passing of Bobby Plager that day, it was a tough go. The rest of the show was a very tough go for not just me, all of St. Louis. I mean, the city lost an ambassador. Never mind the Blues. We'll talk about the Blues in a minute. Bobby Plager represented the city of St. Louis. I mean, what other member in Blues history was more involved in the city than Bobby Plager?
Right.
So that was tough. But on the good side of things, Bobby, I'll never forget this. We were talking about Bobby this morning down at the rink pregame skate, and Jim Montgomery was talking about it. We'll get to Jim Montgomery audio in a second. Sorry, Marcia, I should have queued that up better. Here I am, amateur hour again.
No, hey, listen.
But I remember my first interaction with Bobby Plager was at the Brentwood ice rink before they redid it. Brentwood is a beautiful rink right now. It was a great rink-ish back then, but it was older. And we had training camp, and we had like 5 little rooms because they didn't have a big locker room. And this guy walks in with a coffee. I don't know who he is. Like, this is before the internet. Like, Bobby played at a time where I was younger. We didn't get St. Louis Blues games.
Sure.
Like, it was, so I'm like, okay, well, I don't know who this guy is. Walks in and thought, maybe he's one of the coaches. I still, like, I'm getting in everybody. And he walks right up to me and goes, hey, kid, how you doing? Yeah. You know what the best part about being in St. Louis is? I go, he goes, being a St. Louis Blue.
Nice.
I go, oh, yeah, that's great. Honored to be here.
Yeah,
I still don't know who this guy is.
You try to be respectful, but at the same time, you don't. Yeah.
And he's like, that jersey you're about to put on, he says a couple things. He says, don't ever let it touch the ground, and don't ever embarrass the logo on the front.
Wow. Well said. I love that.
And I was like, well, thank you, sir. I don't plan on doing either of those things, And then he left, and then some of the veteran guys go, you met Bobby. I'm like, the Bobby Plager, he's Bob. They tell me the whole history of it. So now I was like, oh, crap. Like, and then he's on the bench, like coaching one of the teams for our first inter-squad game. Well, I ran around like a maniac. I'm like, I'm going to show this guy, like, I'm going to represent this jersey properly.
Right.
And then got to know Bobby better, obviously, after that. And he'd come in, like, almost every day, coffee in hand. He'd sit down and just tell jokes, tell stories, one-liners, talk about his former teammates, talk about your teammates, laugh at somebody. Like, it was unreal. Bobby was the mayor of St. Louis Blues hockey.
That's important. It's important because when you have somebody that, and I'm sure, Carey, there's plenty of examples from the Steelers too, but Cardinals, when you have an ambassador for the city and the team that you play for, that radiates through the organization. You don't even know this man, didn't know the history, but felt the magnitude of his presence. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Cardinals when Willie McGee or way back in the day, whether it was Red or somebody at the organization and Bob Gibson that came through and spoke to the team, the current team. Matters. You go back, Carey, for Super Bowl celebrations, and you see former teammates, but you're also accompanied by some of the great Steelers in previous years. And I'm sure as a player, you feel that. You feel the importance.
It definitely, our last, what year are we in? Oh, my God, 2018, when we went back, we were celebrating with the 78 team. Oh, wow. So it was like, having all of those guys. But even when you were playing, you got to see Rocky Blyer. You got to see Franco Harris walking around. You saw Mean Joe Green. Like, my son has pictures with Mean Joe Green. And Mel Blount was always around. And when you see those guys and you're talking to them, you're like, man, it's surreal because I didn't get to see the 70s Steelers play. I wasn't born. I didn't see any of those guys actually play football. But I know who the Steel Curtain was. I heard about them. I knew about the legacy. I saw the Coca-Cola commercial years later with me and Joe Green, right? So to see these guys in person, it's just like you don't want to be the one to, as you said, tarnish that image or that logo. I'm not letting that guy down. I want to be in the same conversations with those people. So, I think programs and teams, whether it's college or high school, college, NFL, MLB, whatever level you're on, when you don't have players that have had success in your program or for that team, we don't have them around anymore. Some coaches get intimidated by the past. Some coaches are like, we don't want those old guys bringing up old memories of the success. That's too much pressure. No. What that does is it gives your current players an ideology of the expectations, not from your ass coach, but from the guy that sat in that exact same seat that they want to, and won. And they want to be on the same level as them. So when Brett Hall walks around or when Wayne Gretzky comes back or, like you said, Bobby Plager, it gives you a feeling of, man, that guy's a legend. I don't want to let him down. And I'm damn sure not going to let the guys down in this locker room. So, I think it's extremely important. And when you're not doing that, you kind of lose a little bit of what that organization is. You lose a little bit of who you are from because it's passed along, right? Somebody had to teach Bobby Plager, and then somebody had to they taught you, and then you taught the next player that came after you, and it's just simple as having a conversation. How you doing? You all right? Everything good? Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, nice to meet you. Hey, I played here and da-da-da. Man, I see you got a lot of talent in you. I'm expecting big things. That's the end of the conversation. Yeah. And now that young man might go, let me look to him, see the hell Jamie Rivers is. Oh, crap, he played it for a while. He played with Al McKinney. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to listen.
Happens,
yes, I'm going to listen.
Players, they come like 3 days later after they meet me like, oh, hey, I didn't know.
Correct.
I didn't expect you to know who I was. It's fine.
It's okay. So it means something to have those former players around your organization and a part of it because it carries it on and it allows the expectations of what you had in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, too, it's still there. So to me, it's extremely important, and I think it's very beneficial for the current players.
And you guys are talking from a player's perspective. When I used to work for the Blues, when I'd be up on the top floor, I'd always pass Bobby. He'd be walking around, and I felt that, but he acted as I was a worker there, but that didn't matter. That he was so nice, and just you could tell that he lived and breathed Blues hockey, and it was really cool. Even those little interactions that I would have with him walking those hallways, like that's something I'll always remember.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Marshy. So a couple of things that I'm going to go through real quickly here. One, to Carey's point, like the former players set the stage of what the expectations are to the future players. And we were always lucky to have Bobby in the locker room. He was one of the few alumni that was, we'll call it, allowed pretty much anytime he wanted, never abused it, didn't sit in for team meetings and things like that. He'd come in the morning, grab his coffee, do a lap, and he'd be gone, watch practice. But Bobby was always around if you had any questions or whatnot. But then with the passing of Bobby 5 years ago, the Blues have done something for the last couple of years that I think is pretty cool, is they pick a day and they don't announce it to anybody, media, nothing, and they have all the alumni invited for lunch with the current team. They get off the ice from practice. We all were there for lunch. You eat at the same table with these players. They ask you questions. You tell them stories. You talk about the Blue Note. You talk about the city of St. Louis. And usually one of the alumni gets up and talks about what it's like to be a Blue, what it means to represent the city of St. Louis. And the young guys don't know, man. If you don't know, you don't know. How can you go out there and be proud of what you're doing, apart from just being prideful? Mm-hmm. But how else can you be like, I want to represent, Bobby Plager. I want to represent Kelly Chase, Tony Twist, Brett Hull, Bernie Federko. Like, all of these guys. Like, these guys are in here talking to us and hanging out and having lunch. Like, I can't embarrass myself. Now I see these guys around the rink. I look them in the eye when I'm afraid to go in the corner, and this guy's missing every tooth in his mouth. Like, they're like, holy crap. And then to your next point, it's something I learned from Bobby, not just about the hockey side of it. The interactions with people matter. Mm-hmm. And when I started to be not employed by the Blues, but down by the rink, again, doing TV, some radio stuff, I made it a point to get to know everybody. There's not a security guard in that place I don't know. There's not a helper, a worker, the restaurant, the bar, whatever it is. I've gotten to know everybody because it really is. It's everyone together.
It's a team. Yeah.
It's a team. Mm. And so shame on me, shame on anybody else who thinks they're better or above that. Bobby would have punched me in the mouth. Yeah. You're not above it. You're one of them. They're one of you. This is why it works in St. Louis. Right. Because you don't walk around like an a-hole,
Yeah, and people feel like they want to do their best, too. Whether they're answering phones, whether they're selling tickets, whether they're a player or coach, they matter.
Yeah, 100%. So Bobby taught me a lot of things.
I used to always say that about Dunk. Anytime Chris Duncan and I would go down to the ballpark, we would go through the bowels of Busch Stadium, and he would know every name. And every person would say, hey, Dunk, big hug. And I'm not talking about former players or current players or coaches. That speaks for itself. I am talking about receptionist. I'm talking about the people that worked on the field. Mm-hmm. He knew everybody, every name. And he was humble about it, too. He would say their name, how you doing? He would know something personal, and then after the interaction, he turned and looked at me and goes, I don't know who that is. I'm like, Dunk, yeah, you do, because it mattered to him.
Yep.
So he was great.
We do have Jim Montgomery this morning. I'll say this, so Monty gets it. Actually, Monty was at the same training camp as me when I met Bobby for the first time. And so before we talked to Monty or asked him any questions about the game tonight or the Blues' current situation, he addressed the media and had this to say.
Today marks the 5-year anniversary of the passing of Bobby Plager, and I know we all sorely miss him, but I remember the incredible jokes, the vibrant personality, and the positive personality that made everyone around him better, and he's sorely missed within the organization.
Well said.
Yeah, he is.
Another guy that gets it, that's for sure. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got what's trending for you next.
It is March 24th, which means the month is almost over. Don't miss out on an unbelievable March special that is going on right now over at Pure Performance. They specialize in all the accessories and modifications, but they also specialize in tires. For every single vehicle, any make or model, they've got tires and wheels for you. And that special, here's what I'm talking about. Through the month of March, not much time left, by the way, when you purchase a set of wheels and tires, you get free sensors and installation. And that's being offered right now at Pure Performance. And when it comes to accessories, again, any vehicle that you drive on the road, they've got something for you. But you should stop by the showroom. It's a 25,000 square foot facility located in St. Peters, right off of Cave Springs Boulevard. Great building back there. Walk in, ask for Shelby. Tell Shelby that Jamie Rivers sent you in, then tell her what you're looking to do, whether it's any aftermarket modifications, or if it's just those tires and the wheels that I'm talking about. She will take great care of you. I absolutely promise you that. But you got to get there in person, or at least get there online. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, his broken microphone, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh. I wanted to talk about Carey's trip as he witnessed a basketball game, an NBA game, but we got to talk about the situation going on right here in the studio.
You like this? Doing over there? You like that?
I don't think he likes that at all.
Look at this microphone.
You got the whole dang
Come on
thing.
down!
This doesn't happen to the Rizzuto show.
No. Look at this. If If you're,
They don't have things
if you're in
happening
the
like
snake, if you're in the snake pit, you're good.
More pieces keep falling off.
I'm literally holding the
entire-
mic and the stand, which just broke off in my hand in the break.
Maybe we need them to fill in for us tomorrow, and then everything will be good.
It'll be fixed.
It will be.
Did we get that figured out? Are they in Monday? Did
The Rizzuto show? I don't know. Have they confirmed?
I thought you were waiting to hear back from. You got to stay on those guys, man.
know.
You got to talk to
on spring
Riz.
break.
You got to talk to those guys.
I'll see where
Why are you worried about that? Worried about the tilt.
Good luck, man.
This is unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
I'm literally holding my entire, not just the mic, the entire microphone stand.
How did that happen? You've been lifting, haven't you?
I have, but
you know
I
what
ain't
that
that
is?
strong.
Yes, you
It's a
are.
mentality.
It's the mentality. It's the mentality, man.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go down there, man. You get stronger than you know.
Yeah, for those that are listening in their car, Anthony has his entire
They can hear the
microphone,
rustling around for sure.
I'm sure.
and he's lifting it up as if he,
I'll just do the show like this.
we're
You know
squatting.
who he reminds me of right now is what's Freddie Mercury from Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just said that.
Somebody said that.
No, Waterboy did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Holding half the microphone.
Yeah.
Because it.
636 says BK broke it earlier. So did Tyson, Tiger Warson Woods.
Oh, so this
BK
is
did it.
BK's fault.
Yeah,
did
BK
it.
broke it. That's like when you got kids, when like you're a child, you break. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thread-
You
Rating is
break
off
it,
on this thing.
and then you just gingerly put it back together so
Yeah.
it looks good enough, and then the next person
What'd you
touches
do?
it, and you're like, what happened? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you broke it.
Right.
It's been broke for 3 days. You just finally touched it. Good job.
You know what we used to do with the water bottles? Practice, especially, even sometimes in the game. You know, the Gatorade water
Yeah.
bottles. You got them on the bench for us. You know, for you guys probably behind. You would loosen it completely
enough.
and just thread it once. And then when he goes, it's a whole,
You almost drown.
all over the.
You almost drowned with Gatorade
One
water
time
bottle.
we got the referee. So it wasn't even on purpose. We threaded it, and the referee's like, hey, can you get some water? And someone handed him that one. It was, it was awesome. How you doing, bud?
You okay?
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
What's trending, Marshy, apart from a bad mic?
Waterboy, too. Notice how the Hubbard emergency team is rushing to fix it.
They are running in.
They're running as fast as Jamie and Carey were when that
we
storm
walked.
came through.
We walked.
Oh.
We walked.
Remember,
we
Marshy,
did
there's
walk,
the story of an old bull and a young bull
Yeah.
on top of the mountain.
Why don't we go down that hill?
And
Yeah.
get with some of them.
Why don't we
Hey,
run down?
down them hill? Get with some of them cows.
How about we walk down?
Get with them all.
Get them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a life lesson. Never heard that one before?
You've heard it.
He knows.
That mic is
This is
limp as
fine.
can be.
This
This
is like
is good.
This is not good at all.
No, it's fine.
This
You
is
got 3
BK's
more
fault.
hours of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
BK right now is laughing himself silly.
This is ridiculous.
No, you're fine. Your shoulder will be fine. Another 3 hours.
Arm workout.
I'll get an arm
Forearms will
workout
be
in.
strong. You know what I mean?
Don't worry.
Good strong forearms, Anthony. Oh, jeez, Louise. You got more pieces breaking?
Yeah. Man,
Good luck with that, man.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about Carey's trip. He went to a Hawks and Warriors game.
Yeah.
Steph Curry unable to
Hey,
play,
still
but you
injured,
knew
man.
that at
How
least.
was it, Carey?
I had a good time. I mean, the Atlanta, the environment. I'm sorry. You want me to take your mic? I can take yours. The environment in Atlanta is a fun environment.
COVID interviews.
They have a great time. The games are fun. You know, they had a good time. And then we were able to go and have some drinks and food and, you know, came with the tickets. Cool,
You
man.
and the missus? Oh,
Yeah, it was a early birthday
You
gift
guys
from
go
my
dancing
fiance.
too?
No, we went. We
Go to Buckhead?
We did not actually. We went to
No? Okay.
went to the game, and we kind of went back to the room, went to sleep.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
went to
funny.
sleep.
Must have been real tired.
Very long night, man.
Uh-huh.
Long night.
Early morning?
Well, yeah. We did have to beat the traffic in
Did you have
Atlanta.
that morning grip going?
I actually had that the other day.
Oh my gosh.
Slept on my arm.
Of course.
Oh, on purpose?
No.
Oh, just wondering. I've
He
heard
likes
something
that
about
morning
that.
drip. I don't know how the hell he called that morning grip.
Can you clarify?
It's just hands.
called for the people
It's
that
not.
might
Your
not know.
hand is sleep. It's a
Morning
sleep.
grip
It's not
is
the
when you
morning
lay.
grip.
Let me
Oh my God.
break it down for you.
What about my legs
So-
asleep? Is that leg grip?
Are you sure? If you want to call it that. But when you're sleeping, I sleep with sometimes I have my hand under my pillow or my arm under my pillow. And when I wake up, my whole arm is numb from sleeping on it.
Oh.
And so when I go to grab my phone in the morning, I can't grab it, you know?
Can't grab it? No?
I can't grab it.
No feeling in your hand, huh?
No feeling. I got to let it come back, you know? Much like Anthony's, he's having a tough time trying to wrangle that microphone.
What if you
I
wake
have a
up
tough
at
time
3
grip.
a.m. and your arms got no feeling?
Is that morning grip?
Is that like middle
late
of the
night
night?
grip?
Nah, see, it's a different
Call
grip.
it anytime grip.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Okay.
But you know, I don't even go to bed at that time anyway, so.
Anthony, how you
He's pissed off. Let me tell you something. He is so mad right now. Like,
Anthony, good news. I'm leaving at 4 so you can have my microphone.
he's so mad right now. He wants to.
If this happened to Riz, he'd have 42 people around him, making sure that
Someone would be holding the mic
somebody
for him.
would rebuild. Somebody would rebuild the entire studio if this happened to Riz. The entire studio, Marsh.
Who do we know? Who do we need to go get? Zane. I saw Zane leaving. He's not going. You on Marshall? Ready?
Ready's
Is he here?
It's Marshall. Isn't
Marshall.
It? Where's Marshall? Someone get him on the phone. He's ready.
Waterboy said that microphone was sick.
It was.
It's sick as hell.
Yeah.
And
That mic stand.
Anthony
All right,
is upset.
moving on. We're good.
You got to put the mic right in front of your face. If you move it, we can't hear you.
Oh.
Why are you holding it like a snake right
Because if it swings down, it'll probably hit me right in the crotch.
Oh, man.
I don't want that.
now? Generous.
What are the projections, you mother? You know, I'm literally holding my microphone, and you got to make
Well,
jokes.
that's what I was kind of talking about, too.
What are the projections overlooking when it comes to the 2026 Cardinals? That's next on 101 ESPN.
energy's at an all-time high. It's hilarious just because, you know, the projections don't have us looking too great, but, you know, you wouldn't feel that inside the clubhouse. The clubhouse is vibrant every day, and, you know, guys are showing up ready to work. Guys are showing up excited, and that's something I feel like, you know, over the past couple years we haven't really had. So, you know, the fact that guys are showing up, you know, really just eager to get after it and just have a good time, it's been a lot of fun this spring, and, you know, going into the season, I'm hoping we can carry it along.
That was Mason Wynn from KMOV on the vibes in the clubhouse heading into the season. What's wrong, Jamie?
Look at you.
What's the problem?
You can get in his camera.
All I want right now is to go, hey!
Still dealing with mic issues here. I'm literally holding my mic and the stand. It broke off in my hand during a break.
About the mic?
Yep. Projections for the Cardinals, Marshy, have not been great. Now, you picked up an ESPN article that details each team's season outlook and projections. So what did you see with the Cardinals?
Yeah, so the Cardinals in this article, they are ranked 26, a projected record of 70 and 92. Doolittle's odds, not Professor Doolittle.
Doctor?
Dr. Doolittle, yeah. 4% playoff chance. That's better than 0. However, World Series percentage is 0. So there's 4 things that this article sort of details. Things that we'll be talking the most about with the Cardinals. J.J. Weatherholt and his arrival is that thing. Most likely to win a 2026 award. You guessed it, J.J. Weatherholt, National League Rookie of the Year. One bold prediction, they go into Nolan Gorman and his power and the strikeouts, all that stuff, and then how their season can be a success. And one of the things that they highlight is the elite defense. The projections for this team are not good. Every single video I see of people talking about their predictions for the 2026 season, they have the Cardinals in last place. But when we look at this roster and the people that do have hope for this team, what are the projections overlooking for you?
Or
are they spot on?
I think they're probably pretty bang on. I mean, I don't think there's any huge surprise in this Cardinals lineup. The only thing I could say is that, you know, what does the season look like for the unknowns, such as J.J. Weatherholt? What does it look like for him? What does Herrera's season look like if he has a full season of being healthy? Is he catching? Is he not? I'm not sure.
I thought it was fixed. No? Sorry. Still work. Okay.
I can't focus right now.
Come on, man. Opening day's 2 days from now. Provide us some content.
Tell me. Speak about this. I don't know. The projections are probably pretty damn accurate, except for the wild card of what J.J. Weatherholt might bring to the lineup.
I think the projections are the lineup, as it pertains to the lineup, probably what it could be. I mean, if it's better, that's outstanding. I think the unknown is probably the pitching staff. Now, if the pitching staff goes out there and has a great performance, then, you know, some things could change for this team. But you still have to find a way or multiple ways to get runs. So if you're not hitting or having success in that regard, who the hell knows, man? I think this is, for me, this is an exciting season. You okay? Sorry. Just shut up.
Am I okay? I'm holding my microphone. And the stand.
Yes, you are. You're doing a great job,
Thank
Anthony.
you.
Great job. But yeah, so if they are pleasantly surprised, I think for me, the best part about this season is there aren't many expectations, which, you know, you under-promise and over-deliver could be where the Cardinals are. And so I that part for me is,
Can you believe that?
It's possible.
You said that with a grin on your face.
It is better than believing that you have a team that will be a playoff contender with championship aspirations and falling short. There aren't many expectations outside of the clubhouse, outside of that building. The coaches and the players, I'm sure they believe that they're going to be outstanding this year.
Well, and
but everyone else doesn't.
I will say this, Anthony. Sorry to get you off, but
That's fine.
the players are going to have something to say about this. It's that mentality. I've been on those teams. I don't know if you have, Carey. Although the one Illinois team, he said, stunk pretty
That's bad all year, man.
We broke down the whole schedule.
Yeah,
it
we
was
did.
rough.
That was rough. It was rough. Yeah. But I've been on those teams where nobody thinks you're going to be any good, and then not that you turn into a championship team, but you're like, screw you, and the team goes up and plays better. I'm not talking about playoff bound or things like that, but I can't take Anthony seriously. Anthony, go to break. Marshall's got a drill. He's going to help
What do you
us.
got, Anthony?
What do you say, Ant?
Turn that microphone upside down.
What's the starting rotation, Marsh? Go ahead.
I got help for your microphone if you visit
No, we're good.
medicine shop in St. Charles.
We got mentality.
We do.
Covered.
We do.
So we have Matthew Liberatore, Michael McGreevy, Dustin May, Kyle Leahy, Andre Palante.
Okay. The projections, we're not overlooking anything. Like, that's the starting rotation. Do we think that's going to be a little bit better than what we've had? Yeah. But that doesn't mean, based on the rest of the league, all of a sudden the Cardinals are going to be good. Like, that's your starting rotation. Again, I'd much rather have this starting rotation, and I'm just as hopeful as the next Cardinals, the optimistic Cardinals fan, that this starting rotation is going to be better than the previous couple of years. But let's be realistic. Let's be honest about the situation. That's your starting rotation. You know what the Reds have? You know what the Reds can offer for 1 through 3? Pales in comparison. So
I feel like if your microphone did not crap out on you, you would have a different viewpoint on
Somebody,
this.
I don't know.
Paper
feel like-
Straws goes, it's Anthony's show. These guys should be giving their stance to him. Last one to offer might get fired.
You know what?
Clearly, I have no authority
That's a great
or
point.
power here.
In the clear it cam, what we do, if you're trying to get the puck out of the zone and your stick breaks, one of the forwards, we teach this at the clear it camp. If you're a forward, you have to give your stick to the defenseman.
Yeah.
We
What if
do
you're
teach
better
that.
than that player, though, and the stick's more valuable in your hands? Brett Hull said that one time.
I thought they were going somewhere else with that.
Nope, not this time. Rudy, I won't bring up that. Somebody broke their stick.
Just gave a
Nah,
name.
but he didn't give his last name. You can figure it out.
Pat H.
Patrick H. You can figure that out. So he goes, give me your stick, give me your stick. Comes back to the bench, give him my stick. He goes, I'm way better with this stick than he is.
That hurts.
Nobody had an argument. We're like,
I mean, on every level, that hurts. All right. We'll try to fix the microphone. In the meantime, send in your fill-in-the-blank
Pray for
statements. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you got a fill-in-the-blank statement, feel free to send it in, and we'll play fill-in-the-blank next.
blank, 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 blank.
Fill in some blanks.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers with you here. It is time for Fill in the Blank. Marshy, what do you got?
All right, let's go to the 703. It will be blank years until the Blues are considered competitive by the national media.
Oh, one.
Next year?
I mean, if you can do it with your Steelers, I can do it with my Blues, right?
Okay. Cool.
Here we go. No?
Steelers.
No, Blues.
Here we go. 3.
That's probably about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. Maybe 4. Marshy, your thoughts? Since you've got that face like someone just farted on you over there.
Oh, man, I think it really just depends on what this summer looks like.
Probably hot, humid.
It's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow.
Easily. Right?
In St. Louis, yeah, it's always hot and humid. Yeah.
I mean, Marsh, that's kind of what it is, usually.
Summertime. Not a lot of rain.
I was talking about the Blues and the transactions or lack thereof throughout the summer.
Course. I mean, that's what I tried to
The draft, all that stuff. That's sort of what I was talking about. I was not talking about the weather, but you guys do make a good point.
Thank you.
When it comes to the St. Louis weather, it's not fun. It's gonna be hot. All right, the Water Boy. Fill in the blank. The Fast Lane will have at least blank number of perfect lineups this season during the most hated/loved lineup game.
Oh man, I don't know if it's going to be that easy.
I think it's going to be easier.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man.
That outfield is going to be a revolving door.
Last year was easier than the year before, because the year before we had no clue who was in the lineup. Like it was rough. So
Yeah, but we
I
got
think the
Sajasi,
consistency. I think once you know,
For me, they play everywhere. Both guys.
yeah, but they're
So
not
it's like-
going to be.
But hear me out for a second, Carey. Since you're going to fight with me, at least hear me out, okay?
I don't want to fight with you.
We'll call it a great debate, okay?
Here, master debater.
Yes, thank you for noticing. Now, if you've got Sajasi and Freddie Fermin, that's not his name. I know. The Ferminator.
Yeah.
Those guys play everywhere. Second base, shortstop, third base, outfield.
Yeah.
So now anybody can get off their feet, as they say, at any time. I think and the outfield's going to be a revolving door. We don't know who the hell's playing where, whenever.
I think center field and right field are going to be
You think?
stagnant for
Nathan
a
Church is going to
time.
be competing for reps with Victor Scott and everyone else.
He's got to play left field until
we don't even have Lars Nootbaar back yet.
Yeah. I think you're going to see the same 8 guys plus the pitcher trotted out there. The lineup will be the same 9 batters, and hopefully they bat in the same spot. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Anthony, your thoughts?
I'm with you guys.
Thanks.
All right, great. Dynamite drop-ins.
To the next one we go from the 618. Fill in the blank. The most captivating storyline in the NFL draft is blank.
I was just watching.
Did you watch ESPN this morning?
I didn't watch it this morning, but I was watching Dan Orlovsky the other day.
Yeah.
He was talking about Ty Simpson.
Yeah, get out of my head.
And I don't know, man.
Well, tell people what he said.
So he was saying how if it was this year's draft, or if Ty Simpson was in the draft with Bo Nix and J.J. McCarthy, he believes he would have been drafted above those two, who both went in the first round. So that was the first statement. Then there was, they're talking about Fernando Mendoza having the least amount of 300-yard games for a first-round pick since J.J. McCarthy was on there. There's a couple other players on there as well. Not a shot. J.J.'s the one I remember. But he's saying that he believes that Ty Simpson may actually be a better quarterback than he's getting credit for.
He said he's better than Mendoza.
Yeah,
he thinks because they reacted to that this morning.
I don't know what Dan is doing. I was with him when he said the first 8 games of Fernando Mendoza's year last year weren't great. They weren't. The last 8 were pretty damn good. Again, starting with the Penn State game, or maybe the last 7, whatever that number is. But yeah, man, I think Fernando Mendoza, the thing that I think that he's not getting the credit for is doing what works and what the offense is called for, which is an extremely difficult thing for a competitive player to do.
Yeah.
Like, to take what the defense gives you, there is a psychological part of that is extremely important, because most players want to go after the defense and make the big play and make it about me. Where Fernando Mendoza is like, yeah, I have that capability, but I'm going to work within the requirements of what we're doing offensively, work in this structure, and play the game the way that our coaches are calling it. And that's going to not only win me a Heisman, but win Indiana University a damn national championship. And I think that there's something there to speak about in terms of what he was able to do this season.
So I think the problem that Mendoza has is because they had such a good team, very well coached, great structure, all of that stuff. They didn't see him scramble around like some of the other guys. And that's one thing that Dan Orlovsky was talking about, is the ability of other quarterbacks to scramble and get extra yards. Well, Mendoza did that at times, but he didn't really have to do it on a regular basis because, one, he had good offensive line, great structure, good coaching, all of those things. And when the wheels fell off, he had those little slant routes all day long, so he wasn't ever really required to run around like a fool.
Yeah,
and I think people are like, well, can he get around the pocket? He didn't really have, he's not an explosive player. No, he's efficient, though. Tom Brady wasn't explosive, except for when he threw the ball down the field for 400 yards.
From the 312, this is actually Warren in Chicago. Fill in the blank. This year, Jordan Walker will blank.
Touch seats.
Yeah, with his butt.
What?
Oh, man. I didn't mean that.
Bleacher
I didn't mean
seats,
that.
man.
Marshy, my bad.
You meant it.
My bad.
You meant it.
No.
This year, Jordan Walker will...
Sometimes you talk and
he will either figure it out or he won't, man. I don't have... I think this year is a very important year in Jordan Walker's young career. And I think all players, most players, come to this point, especially when you're kind of teetering. I've been there, teetering, trying to make a roster. That was my issue. He's not trying to make a roster, but he's trying to prove his worth and his ability to be an everyday starter in the big leagues. And this is a critical season for him to prove that. Do I think that his career is over if he struggles this year? No. Do I think his time as a St. Louis Cardinal potentially is over? Potentially. So I think it's a very critical season for him to sink or swim, man. Bleep or get off the pot, what they say.
All right. Marshy, try it again. Read it again to me.
Yeah. We'll see if we get a different answer from you. And, of course, this just toggled on me. But Jordan Walker, this season, he will blank.
He will take steps in the right direction. I hope so. I poke fun. I'm an idiot sometimes, but I know what it's like to be a young player at the highest level in a league that's very good, and it can take some time. So if I'm going to sit here truthfully and talk about giving Logan Mailloux a chance because it's hard for a defenseman to develop in the National Hockey League, I have to then, I got to back it up and say, got to give Jordan Walker an opportunity here, because hitting a baseball in the majors is a very difficult thing to do, and he's learning, and he's trying to get better. I hope that he takes steps in the right direction to where halfway through the year we're like, okay, we can see it. We may have to squint a little bit at a time, but we can see it. If we can't see it, then there could be a problem. But I'm hoping that it's in a positive way.
Agreed. Well, before we move on, we got a message from the Snake Pit. This one comes from the Water Boy. They came in and put a green sticker on Anthony's microphone.
Yeah. He didn't respond like Jamie, though. Anthony still got a smile on his face. Jamie was he was fuming. Little did he know he was actually in the wrong, man. So wrong.
I think I got even more. I couldn't even get more angry. I was laughing. I remember I saw you. I was laughing.
Like, yeah, I know. You did park there.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out why. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Let me show you. You see that sign down there?
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I don't see that big-ass sign that says compact cars only.
So for some of our listeners who don't know what happened, it was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times in a row where my truck was hit with a big green sticker. Those ones that you can't get off unless you like soap it up and use a razor blade. I was pissed. And I went looking for the person who did it several times. I found her. And I questioned her. And I said, my truck is parked within the white lines. And she said, sure is. Did a great job. I'm like, at the time, I'm like, where's this going, And I talked about, like, everything, she compliments me. Yeah, that's great. She goes, Unfortunately, you can't park there. I go, why can't I park there? Because there's a sign that says compact cars. I'm like, no, there isn't. There is. So there's one spot, two spot, this concrete pillar that I never looked over there. Why would I? At my driver's side door, because I back in my truck, driver's side door opens up, and I go right up to the stairs. So I felt like a ding-dong, and said, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Haven't parked there since, though, huh, Anthony? Yep.
You learned your lesson.
I learned.
All
All right, well, that's the fast lane. We hope that Anthony gets his mic back at some point today. We're not sure. Who knows? Although he's pissed off. So. Will the Blues still look to trade Robert Thomas this summer? Why the hell would they do that? Plus, Light the Lamp coming up next year on 101 ESPN.
Hey, if you love basketball, you know this is the time of year which is packed with fast breaks, buzzer beaters, big performances, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. And right now, you can make entries and win money right here in Missouri. Playing an Underdog is easy. Just pick whether or not your favorite players or maybe your least favorite players will go higher or lower on their stats. Points, rebounds, steals, assists, and more. Put the bright picks together and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. What I like most about Underdog is how flexible it is. I love that you don't have to just wait before the game starts. You can actually choose those same stats that I just discussed. Build your entries during the game. You can do a live playing card if you want. And again, if you get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the app today. Use my promo code Anthony to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, use that promo code Anthony at sign up and get your $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets at underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.speedgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals have announced their opening day roster. Yesterday it was announced that J.J. Weatherholt will start the year with the big club. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. If you missed that conversation or any conversation from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight, the Blues take on the Washington Capitals. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pre-game starts at 6 o'clock. Puck drop is at 7. Will the Blues still look to trade Robert Thomas this summer? We'll talk about that next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
Fastlane on 101 ESPN. You know, Marsh, what's my record in the Gauntlet?
Anthony, you're undefeated. Undefeated, you're 15-0 in the Gauntlet.
Which means what, Marsh?
That means you have yet to sit in the penalty box in the year 2026.
And where am I?
You're in the penalty box, Anthony.
You know what, though, Anthony? I'll say this. Every now and then it's good to get a reminder of what it feels like without having to actually have lost. You know, that's what it feels like. You should be ashamed of yourself sitting in that chair right now.
I am.
That way, when you get picked next time for the Gauntlet, you'll win again.
You know, Anthony, there are players that serve penalties without actually taking a penalty.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, it's always a great feeling. When the coach says, we're willing to sacrifice you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not.
Don't provide enough on the PK.
You're not going to see the ice at all. You're fine.
You're more valuable to us in the penalty
Go
box.
take this penalty for
I do
us.
like now that they've spun the narrative of like, well, we put him in the box on purpose so when he comes out, he can score.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he wanted me to score a lot.
Right. Get off the ice.
Yeah.
All right. Will the Blues still look to trade Robert Thomas this summer? I was listening to BK and Ferrario and T-Bone driving in today, and they had Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider with The Athletic, on, and this is what JR had to say that might surprise some people.
Yeah, so the way I see it is this, and you know, I hate to be so big picture, but the only thing you can really go by is what you see their true intentions are, and it was to move Robert Thomas. It was to move Colton Parayko. So I don't think they're looking at a situation where, unless they change their mind on somebody, where they want to keep a Robert Thomas and move a Parayko. I think they've made it clear that they want to move on from Robert Thomas, potentially Jordan Kyrou, Colton Parayko, and this is going to become the Snuggerud, Dvorsky, Stenberg, you know, Carbonneau, Juracek, Theo Lindstein, with guys like a Holloway and a Broberg, who you think of as another level above those guys. And I think that's what's their vision for this team, and that's how it's going to come together. So, you know, now does the play of Robert Thomas and the stuff we're talking about, you know, development of Snuggerud, Holloway, you know, can that change their mind in the last couple weeks of the season, or do they have a conversation this summer where they say, you know what, let's hang on to Robert at least another year? You know, could those things change and they hang on to him? It could, but I think from what I was told, that trade with Robert Thomas was far down the line. Now, they didn't go to Robert. He confirmed that. They didn't ask him to waive the no trade. But it was so far down the line that the words I heard from people with knowledge of the situation was, there's no way the Blues don't go revisit that this summer.
So, Jamie, that was the part, the last part there from JR that really stood out to me. He said the trades, the trade talks went so far that he would be surprised, and those that he talked to would be surprised, if the Blues didn't revisit the Robert Thomas discussion. Yeah. Are you surprised by that?
I don't think they'll revisit it. I don't know. I mean, why would you? Like, at this point, what are you getting for Robert Thomas that's going to replace what he's doing? Unless you get a Hall. Like, if you get two or
Brett
three.
Hall is prime.
I take
that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Justin Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We do. It's a distant relative.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But unless you get a absolute, a grab bag of great players, then why would you do it? He's clearly your number one forward. Right now, that line of him and Snuggie and Holloway, they're playing very well together. I mean, unless the Blues just want to completely go in a different direction, I just don't understand why you would trade Robert Thomas or Colton Parayko, for that matter, unless the return is something you just cannot walk away from.
Yeah.
But that return better have a number one center in there, or you better be willing to go sign another number one center, because you're giving up your top guy. So, although the appetite was there maybe at the deadline, I think now with all the young players that they have currently on the roster, they've got the draft picks, they've got more guys in the minors. I think the appetite to trade Robert Thomas might be lesser than now.
Yeah, I would have to think too that if you're Army, you're looking at the way that Thomas is centering the line of Snuggerud and seeing what the production is from not only Holloway but Snuggerud, one of your young players that you hope is going to be a cornerstone piece for the foreseeable future. Seeing all that come together on the same line's got to be intriguing. I mean, that's the X factor that has changed here.
Yeah, I think they have been playing outstanding, but I also find it intriguing that if Jeremy Rutherford is saying that they still could have those conversations, then that means something. What it means, I don't know, but it means something. If he believes that those conversations went so far that, in the summer, that they may revisit that conversation, because if you're looking at how well they're performing, you would say, well, no, that's a no-brainer. You don't split that up. You don't change anything. You don't move anything around. But then you would say, well, if they are having that conversation, why are they having it? Why are you still having it?
We don't know if they're going to still have it.
I mean, according to one person's opinion, that they may. You got to take both sides into consideration.
I understand that. I'm just saying that, one, Robert Thomas has a full no-trade clause. So the idea of just like entertaining offers from all over the place, it doesn't exist.
Correct.
What I think they would have to do is say to Robert Thomas, what teams would you waive to? But now, if you can't get a deal done with one of those teams,
but why would you ask him that? That's my question. Why would you even approach that conversation?
Honestly, because if you traded my ass when I have a no-trade clause and you asked me to waive it, I'd say go blank yourself. But if you come to me like a man and you say, hey, look, we're looking to make a change, you have a full no-trade clause that you earned.
Yes,
now I might
agreed.
consider.
But my question to you is, if you're playing that well and it's going that well, why would the team even consider approaching you with that conversation?
I agree with that, but then they probably wouldn't.
So that's my only part. That's my only.
But that goes
question.
back to my original statement.
If they are approaching him with, hey, where would you go? That would be, well, why are you even asking him that?
So to CD's point.
But then why did they approach Colton Parayko?
Same idea, same question.
But it's not, though, because he's coming off the Olympics.
I think those are two. I think they're totally different.
How?
I think Robert Thomas, Colton Parayko is a second pair defenseman now on this team currently as it stands.
He's one of the top 8 defensemen in all of Canada.
Yeah, but he's a second pair defenseman on this current team as it stands.
He plays that spot right now because of where they're at.
Yeah, but CD,
he wouldn't be a second pair defenseman if this team was in playoff contention right now.
CD, you're also making the same point, though. I actually think that they are the same, but it also plays into why you're asking that, which is why did the Blues entertain it in the first place?
Correct.
Army clearly.
Well, I think it was clear why they did that in the first place. The production wasn't there this year. There were other things that were out there.
Sure.
They weren't happy with, and they wanted to see, I think, what. And we don't even know, guys.
Sure.
Like, that's the thing. All of this is speculation, which drives me crazy. Because we don't know who they talk to. We don't know how deep those conversations
Jamie,
went.
we know that that Army is listening.
He listens to us. What do you mean?
No.
They
say Armstrong listening on all players. Well, yeah.
His phone is on.
The phone is on.
There you go.
That's
Jamie loves that.
No, I don't. I don't. Because we don't know how far it actually got. Like, did somebody call and say, hey, what would you take for Robert Thomas? He goes, door's closed. No, sorry, seat's taken.
Yeah.
And
But he still picked up the phone.
he picked up the phone.
to make that statement.
And then somebody who was looking to trade, and this is what people do around the league, is they'll leak it to an insider. When we called on Doug Armstrong and we talked to him about Robert Thomas. Oh, yeah. No. Did they do that? Why? Because then the player and his agent read that and think, what the hell's Army shopping me for? Screw you. I'll waive my no trade clause. No, not so fast. Sometimes it's not accurate. So that's why I'm always very guarded when it comes to these conversations.
Yep.
Let's say they do trade him, though. Does that mean you're trading all these other pieces as well?
I think if you do that, you have to.
But let's say they trade Jordan Kyrou in the offseason. Does that necessarily mean they are going to trade Robert Thomas?
No, it's no secret. A winger is less valuable than the centerman, ordinarily.
Right.
Unless said winger is like, I don't know, Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I'll keep him around for a while.
He is pretty good.
But that's usually the stance is the center ice is the most important position. And you build out from there as far as the forwards are concerned. So if they were looking to move Kyrou in the offseason, I don't think anybody would be surprised about that. I'm sure they're listening. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it looks.
I personally don't want the Blues because of what has happened this season to make a decision that ultimately worsens the team because you try and get that next number one center and it doesn't work out, and then you're looking for another number one center.
How many times have we said that in this very show? They're looking to trade Jordan Binnington a couple of years ago. Where's your next Jordan Binnington? Joel Hofer has emerged, but is he Jordan Binnington? We'll find out. Colton Parayko, they haven't replaced him yet. So you're not finding top players just like all the time. And so you're right. You can't make brash decisions based upon a small body of work on a season that ended up being way worse than you thought it would be.
Well, there's people out there that say, hey, this has been going on for multiple years now, and still we haven't really done anything. I would push back and say the Blues have been in a rebuild, and like Army said before the season started, this was supposed to be the year where the team might not play that well.
Well, they got it right that way. I mean, the team's not playing well, not to the expectations. All I'm saying is that you can't just rush into these things. And
I agree.
If this is part of the rebuild or you want to change the whole thing, if you're going to do it then in the offseason, Thomas has to go, Kyrou has to go, Binnington has to go, Parayko has to go. Just like that. Now you're 6 years away from being important.
You're the Cardinals.
You're the Cardinals. But that's the only way it works, in my opinion. If you trade Kyrou only, it's not going to be that disruptive. You could probably fill the void there. You're hoping that maybe Justin Carboneau is Jordan Kyrou in a couple of years. I don't think he's going to be there that quickly, but if you trade Robert Thomas, who's your next guy? So now next year you're in a bad position again, and you just keep doing this over and over. You don't want to become the Chicago Blackhawks right now, or what the Buffalo Sabres were, or like one of those teams either.
Utah.
Utah, Arizona, all the things. Yeah.
All right, Marshy.
Yes.
Let's light that lamp.
But a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shooter! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
Marsh, what do we got for standings there, kid?
Yeah, Jamie's in the lead. It's his game to lose, which I don't see it happening. Carey, you're after Jamie. I'm after you,
I
Carey.
got one, didn't I? Didn't I get one the other night?
Disallowed.
No. A couple nights ago.
I'm going to be completely
Against the
honest with you
Flames.
guys. When Jamie scored 10 points, I stopped keeping track.
Whoa,
are you serious?
No
No,
way.
I have everything written down, but I'm not up to speed yet for today.
I definitely
I'm
got
just being
one.
honest, but I wrote everything down.
I appreciate the honesty, but this is still a competition.
I got one against the Flames.
Who?
Me.
What?
I had Holloway.
He didn't score.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
I know. Just play with you.
Hell are you talking about?
Just like
Don't
see-
try to get
I like
me.
to see your
I
blood
didn't need
pressure.
all mine. I need all mine.
You know I love my standings.
Marty,
Being honest
I
with you,
am.
I need to put the math in, and I haven't done it because, Jamie ruined it.
I'm
Much
with
like you
Anthony.
ruined the Arizona Coyotes.
I'm disappointed in you.
Good point.
Yeah.
Anthony, Anthony said it, but I agree.
Yeah.
We are disappointed in you, Marshy.
I still have everything written down, though.
Give me that Jimmy Snuggerud tonight.
Yeah, I bet.
I won't write that name down, though, because he'll probably score, and Jamie will tack on another
tonight.
point.
Hell, give me Dylan Holloway again. How many games we got left?
I don't know.
Enough to make the playoffs,
15?
Carey.
Okay. How many games we got left?
You going with Joel Hofer tonight?
I went with Dylan Holloway. I should have went with Hofer, but
We have,
gotta have
the Blues have 12 games, looks like. 79 and 13.
Robert Thomas.
13.
Who'd you take, Carey?
Dylan Holloway.
So you guys just took the top line?
Yeah, well, they're like the only ones that can score.
Only one scoring,
Except
Anthony. I don't know.
scored the other night, and Kyrie had an empty
Paying
net.
attention here.
Kyra. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Well, the Cardinals said they were going to do it, but do we actually believe them? I know I didn't. And what a fool I am. Of course, Ivan Herrera is going to be the catcher. It's next on 101 ESPN.
Got the Blues game tonight. Cardinals home opener on Thursday. No better week than to get out there and get yourself some Zwickle Light from my friends over at Urban Chestnut. It's an elevated light beer brewed for St. Louisans by St. Louisans, locally brewed here at Urban Chestnut. It's crisp, clean, refreshing. Only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs, and packed full of flavor. That's the difference between Zwickle Light and some of those other light beers. It doesn't taste like water. No, it tastes like beer. That's why I love a nice cold Zwickle Light. They've got cans and bottles as well. Cans are good for around the pool at the Rivers House, and then the bottles are nice when you're sitting up on the deck. You put a few on ice. Man, it goes down so good. Can thank me for it later. So please stop by any location out there. They're carried all over the place, including over at Dirt Cheap. Get your nice ice cold Zwickle Light cans or bottles. It's for any time of the year. It's for any night of the week that you want, any celebration that you're having. That is Zwickle Light. Visit urbanchestnut.com for more information on everything Urban Chestnut. And remember to keep it light and keep it local.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So Jamie tweeted or texted this out to the Fastlane group a couple of days ago saying, I told you guys.
I wasn't happy about it, but
Chaim Bloom on Ivan Herrera catching. And this was via Tom Ackerman. Quote, I think we owe it to ourselves to try to lean into as much value on players as we possibly can. And I don't think for Ivan, this is an experiment. This is something he wants to do. And it's something he's been doing his whole life. He's young. It's such a key position that we want to find offense at, and you want players to have as many ways as possible that they can impact your team. He's been really enthusiastic about it. He's put in a ton of work. I believe that. I do. I believe that Ivan Herrera, one, wants to do it, and two, he's been working hard to improve where he needs to improve from a catching standpoint. Here's what bothers me about Chaim Bloom's statement. It's this part. It's such a key position that we want to find offense at. That's what bothers me.
why? Why can't he say that?
Well, he can say that.
No, but why do you not like what he said?
If Ivan Herrera proves that he cannot handle the spot defensively, you're going to cost yourself runs that you're not going to get back offensively.
Who cares this year?
I care.
I don't, and neither does Chaim Bloom. Because this
Well, I want my president of baseball operations to understand that the catching position is not an offensive position. If your guy can't throw runners out, catch the damn baseball, or command a pitching staff.
I agree with you. However, in the state of the Cardinals where they are...
Yadi Molina is furious right now.
In the state of where the Cardinals are right now, why would you not see? Because they talked about how he was underdeveloped, he had some injuries, yada, 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 yada. Why not just say, you know what? Let's have a little look-see. Because what if? Costs a few runs early, but then what if he becomes that catcher you thought he could be, above average defensively, but he's knocking the snot out of the ball. Now you can have him and a DH.
Different story.
Right, but this is what they're trying to find out, in my opinion. Because it's not a throwaway year. No year is a throwaway year. But this is a develop the youngsters year. You drafted him. You kind of sort of developed him as a catcher. It turns out he's got great offensive abilities. Let's take a look. I don't think they're married to the idea. I think they're married to the idea of giving him a chance.
That's fine.
And then let's see.
That's fine.
And if he changes your mind halfway through the season, great. That means the Cardinals have found something good. I know you hate what I'm saying.
I don't, because you're providing the best case scenario.
In the worst case scenario, halfway through the year, he's cost you a few games. He's a DH. You move on. We're done.
If they do that, cool. We're all good here.
Yeah, but I think that's...
But if they're stubborn about this, and they're like, he really wants to do it.
If they're stubborn about this...
I really wanted to play in the NFL. Didn't have the ability, Carey.
I will eviscerate them if they do that.
I think I think what they're looking at is where are you going to get offense from in this lineup? So by putting Herrera at catcher allows you to add a true DH, which gives you an additional bat that you feel like can add to the lineup. Whereas if you take him out of, he's already in the lineup regardless, right? But if you take him and put him at the DH, you're essentially losing another opportunity to score runs.
Yeah.
And I think Chaim Bloom is looking at it from that picture and saying, we got to find, I think our pitching staff is going to be good enough to where we could continue to be in games. But if Ivan Herrera is our DH and Poso or Pages is our catcher, we're not going to have any offense. We already have too many holes in this lineup as it stands. So if I can put Herrera at catcher and I can add another bat into this lineup every single day, that gives me another opportunity to find a way to score runs that I would not have with those other two catchers in the lineup. I understand your point, Anthony, about the defensive aspect of it. True. I'm not going to. My question to you is, and this is a real question, this is not a knock on anybody, because I watched Pedro Pages, I believe at one point, lead the league in pass balls. And I know they don't count those as errors. So whether it's a passed ball or a runner getting to second because my catcher can't throw him out, Is it really that bad of a? Is there really that big of a difference? Because essentially, you're not keeping the run game stabilized with either of those guys behind the plate, as it was standing last year. So if I can have an upgrade on the offensive side of it and get an additional bat in the lineup, I would assume that that's how they're looking at it and hoping that the throwing mechanics and getting runners out and hopefully getting the pitchers the ball to the plate quicker and giving him an opportunity, holding runners on in the run game, maybe we have a chance to do something special there. That would be my only thought as to why they're doing it this way.
I understand the thought process. If you don't develop a catcher, whether it's Ivan Herrera or whoever in your organization that can control a game, can command a pitching staff, that understands the nature of the position, it's not going to matter. Furthermore, if Ivan Herrera gets hurt because he's catching, which is a nasty-ass position to play, you're taking one of your better bats and putting him on the IL every so often, which doesn't make any damn sense to me. But I get it. I understand it. You want all this offense and all that stuff. Good luck. Good luck. I hope it works out. You two both presented the best case scenario, and that would be the best case scenario. But there are inherent risks here that I don't think are necessary.
Yeah.
But I get it. You have a young player that is saying, I want to be a catcher. I want to do this, that, and the other thing. And they're saying, okay, we got a little time here. Why don't we try?
They don't really have a number one catcher. Like if Contreras was here as number one catcher, if Yachty was here, or whoever, they don't really have, like Pages, are we circling him as the franchise catcher? No, probably not. He's a placeholder for whoever the next one is.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I look at it differently in a year that the expectations are not astronomical. Give it a shot, see what it looks like.
If he lands on the IL.
He could do that running to first base, Anthony.
If he lands on the IL.
Oh, here he goes with the injury.
Because he got hurt playing catcher. I'm not talking about running bases or anything like that.
You want to put him in bubble wrap?
If he gets hurt playing catcher, and he also stinks as a catcher, I'm going to eviscerate this club.
Okay, and what if that doesn't happen? Then what?
What if he gets hurt? What if he gets hurt hitting?
That's different. I'm saying.
How is it?
What do you mean? How is it?
Every time you touch the field to play, you run the risk of being hurt. So what if he extends a double and blows a hamstring?
Are we really
talking
about? Do you think the odds of him running the bases and playing catcher and getting hurt is the same thing?
Whatever, dude.
He got hurt last year running the bases.
He did.
And I think he was catching in that game.
But that's because he was catching.
See what I'm saying? You think those two things are...
My point...
You want his ass to go sit down after each half inning.
Just go trade him now.
If he gets hurt behind the plate and he has to miss time, I'm going to eviscerate not only the Cardinals, but you two.
No, bring it on, Donkey Kong.
What the hell I do?
You two.
I gave you an answer. You didn't like my answer.
You didn't like our answer. You didn't like anybody's answer because he's fixated on his own right now.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can understand that.
I was wrong about Contreras playing.
And you might be wrong about Herrera.
And if I'm wrong about Herrera, I will admit it.
That's development that you're seeing from the Cardinals.
I will admit it. I got no problem. I'm wrong a lot. And
don't be proud of him yet. He hasn't apologized yet.
I haven't.
I know. I didn't say you would.
Jamie, get out of here. You're done. You're done today.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You're done.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
Beautiful spring weather is upon us. Only going to get better, too. Perfect time to sell your home with my friend Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've been talking about this. I had lunch with Gloria Lou. We talked about the perfect time of year to list your home. She says everybody thinks it's, late spring, early summer. She said the houses that sell the quickest for the most money, they list them coming right out of winter, early spring, low inventory at that point. So right now, if you're even sitting there on the fence about listing your home, at least call Gloria Lou and listen to her. She's going to sell your home for the maximum amount of money possible, but she's going to get you to the closing table quickly. We got Lance down the hallway. I've talked about him before. He listed his home at Gloria Lou. 2 days later, he sold his home for the most money possible, and she got him to the closing table quickly. Couldn't be happier, and he's one of many who have used Gloria Lou and had this kind of success. So pick up the phone. Tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
408, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie heading downtown for the Blues and Capitals game. And we've got Ryan on the line right now. What's up, Ryan?
Brian,
excuse me. Brian with a B. Brian, what's up, man?
Hey, not much. How are you guys?
We're doing great, Brian. We appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
All right. Brian, would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, or...
Right now.
Oh, sorry, you cut out, Brian.
Oh, I said I would say I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous right now. Not gonna lie.
Is this we got a first timer here?
First timer here. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? Welcome aboard, Brian. You're going to do great.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Would you like to take on Marsh, CD, or me?
Anthony, I'll take on you. If I'm going to win this thing, I got to beat you sometime. So let's just do it now.
All right. Wow. Well, hey, I appreciate that.
Send them back to the penalty box.
You might. I'm due for sure. All right, Brian. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
All right, Brian. Anthony is heading to the penalty box. You know how this goes. I'm sorry. Not
Cone
the
of
penalty
silence.
box. Cone of silence. Already put you in the penalty box, Anthony. My apologies.
I love it. Little foreshadowing. I love it.
Potentially.
Yep, let's go.
Headed to the cone of silence. Tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Marshy, spin that wheel.
All right, you know how this goes. When we get our category.
Yeah, I know how this goes. I'm not saying a thing, you guys.
All right, okay, well, I'll be quiet, and we'll just let the wheel do the talking. Marshy, tell him what he has.
You have hockey today.
Oh, all right.
I think Anthony's like 8-0 in hockey this year.
I know.
He's like whatever and 0 and literally everything. Hockey, he's 3-0.
Oh, only 3-0. Only 3-0. All right.
Okay, so he's 2.
Yeah, maybe. You said it. I didn't.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how this goes. If you answer the question correctly without the options, you get 2 points. If you answer correctly with the options, you get 1, and an incorrect answer gets you 0. Are you ready?
Yep. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, question number 1. Colorado became the first NHL team to clinch a playoff spot Friday night. 3 Avs have reached 70 points this season. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and who else?
Give me the options.
Is it Brock Nelson, Arturi Lenkinen, or Martin Nakis?
Let's go with B.
Final answer?
Arturi. Final answer. Yep.
Question number 2. The number 3 overall pick in the 2025 draft is expected to make his NHL debut with the Blackhawks this week. Name this forward.
Man, hockey is not my forte. Options.
Is it Beckett, Sinecki? I think I'm saying that right. Who knows? Anton Frondel or Matthew Schaefer?
Let's go Matthew Schaefer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
I think that first one is Sinecki. Does that sound right, Carey?
Seneca Wallace? I'm sure.
Nope.
All right. Question
I
number
wouldn't have known it anyway, no matter how you pronounce it.
Question number 3. Jim Montgomery led this school to the NCAA Men's Division I Championship in 2017.
Oh, man. Options.
Is it Denver, Boston College, or Minnesota?
Minnesota. Final answer.
Question number 4. In 2005, who was reinstated to the Canucks roster after a 17-month suspension?
Options again.
Options are Marty McSorley, Todd Bertuzzi, or Donald Brashear.
Let's go McSorley. Final answer.
All right. Brian, how you feel?
Horrible. All guesses. I'm hoping Anthony stinks.
Well, we'll see. Anthony's returning from the cone of silence. I put you in the penalty box mistakenly, Anthony.
Oh man,
My apologies.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's what Brian said. Potentially. Anthony.
I don't know about that.
I could see it.
How was the cone of silence, sir?
It was definitely silent. That's
Just
for
you?
sure. Just me.
Just a
along
man
with
in
my
his
thoughts.
thoughts? Okay.
Just just trying to get ready for the big matchup here.
Okay. Well, Marshy, tell me.
Pack a lunch.
You have hockey.
Okay. I do like hockey.
You do like hockey. Let's do that hockey. You ready?
Yep.
Question number 1. Colorado became the first NHL team to clinch a playoff spot this last Friday night. 3 Avs have reached 70 points this season. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and who else?
Well, you gave me the obvious ones down, didn't you? I think it's got to be like Lekkinen, right? I'll take the options.
Brock Nelson, Arturi Lekkinen, or Martin Nakis?
Well, I got to go with Lekkinen. Final answer.
Question number 2. The number 3 overall pick in the 2025 draft is expected to make his NHL debut with the Blackhawks this week. Name this forward.
Matthew Schaefer, isn't it? Matthew Schaefer. Final answer.
Question number 3. Jim Montgomery led this school to the NCAA Men's Division I Championship in 2017.
think I'll know it if I hear the options. I think it's. Go ahead.
Is it Denver?
Yep.
Boston College or Minnesota?
Marsh, you gotta feel it in your gut. You know what I mean? You gotta go with your gut. It's Denver. Final answer.
Question number 4. In 2005, who was reinstated to the Canucks roster after a 17-month suspension?
Options.
Options are Marty McSorley, Todd Bertuzzi, or Donald Brashear.
Can you say that again?
Options are Marty McSorley, Todd Bertuzzi, or Donald Brashear.
What was the question?
In 2005, who was reinstated to the Canucks roster after a 17-month suspension?
McSorley,
Bertuzzi, or Brashear?
I'll say McSorley. Final answer.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm sorry. Colorado became the first NHL team to clinch a playoff spot last Friday night. 3 Avs have reached 70 points this season. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and who else? Brian took the options. He said Arturi Lehkonen. Anthony also took the options. He said Arturi Lehkonen. Correct answer is?
It is Marty Necas.
Marty Necas. 0-0.
Starting off hot.
Question number 2. The number 3 overall pick in the 2025 draft is expected to make his NHL debut with the Blackhawks this week. Name this forward. Brian took the options. He said Matthew Schaefer. Anthony, without the options, said Matthew Schaefer.
Who's the number 1 overall pick?
Correct answer is?
Matthew Schaefer is having a heck of a season for the New York Islanders. It's Anton Frondell.
Schaefer's the number 1 pick that year.
And the question said?
Number 3.
There you go.
Okay. That's why Schaefer was top of mind.
Not a problem. It happens to the best
dumb.
of us. No,
You're not, Anthony.
You didn't even need the options,
I'm
Anthony.
dumb.
And he was indeed an
You're
option.
fine. Trust me.
I appreciate you,
fine.
Brian. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go to this one. 2005, who was reinstated to the Canucks roster after a 17-month suspension? Brian, with the option, said Marty McSorley. Anthony, with the option, said Marty McSorley. Correct answer is?
It is Todd Bertuzzi.
I didn't think Bertuzzi was.
Marcia, can we get a score check?
0-0.
0-0. Brian's having a good time. What about you, Anthony? Huh?
Low expectations.
I'm not having a good time.
Not gonna lie, I had low expectations.
Marcia, what'd you say the score check was?
0-0.
I couldn't keep up. Okay, 0-0.
Yeah.
All right, comes down to this. Jim Montgomery led this school to the NCAA Men's Division I championship in 2017. Anthony almost didn't take the option. He said, you know what? Give me those options. Give me Denver. Brian, he said Minnesota. If it's Minnesota, Brian wins 1-0. If it's Denver, Anthony wins 1-0. If it's any other school that has ever played hockey in Division I hockey, yeah, we got a walk-off. Well, the only other option was Minnesota College.
Let's see.
All right, Boston College is the other option. Brian.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
All right, Brian.
It was Denver.
I didn't earn it.
Yeah, you did.
No,
hey,
Brian, I didn't.
This was a blast. This was a blast. I appreciate you picking me. I had a blast. I love listening to you guys, and 4 o'clock fights, or the Gauntlet, that's my favorite part of it.
Appreciate it.
We
Brian.
appreciate you, man. Thank you. And, hey, we hope you try again.
Definitely will. Thanks, guys.
You're
Have a good one.
Dude. You're a good dude. Thank you,
Yep.
Brian.
Good job,
man.
Brian.
Yep. See ya.
Good job, man. Stay undefeated, man. Stay hot.
Hey,
All it takes is one.
Sometimes you're not going to play your best.
All it takes is one.
But great teams find a way to
Yeah,
win.
man. Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Yeah,
you covered
the
it.
spread
It
was,
it was
minus-
half.
it was a
minus
half.
half. It was a point. It was a half.
Was it a half?
It was a half.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Just terrible. I knew the Denver one, too.
man. Good job, man.
Don't you dare.
You won. Hell, you won.
I'm embarrassed.
Nah.
All right, why don't we bet the board next on 101 ESPN? Well, my guy Stewie is currently working on something for a customer right now, a client right now, and I can't stress this enough. When it comes to whether or not you're looking for a loan and you want to get it approved quickly or have a approval quickly to you, Stewie's your guy. Whether you're purchasing a home, whether you're refi, whether you are maybe you have a question about if now is a good time when it comes to the rates to do a refi or to get some cash out. Call Stewie, 314-324-4440. Again, 314-324-4440. You can call him, text him. Doesn't matter because that's his personal cell phone number. I have used that exact number to text or call Stewie before. It's the same number he hands out because he wants to provide that old school customer service. He also provides convenient ways when he's maybe not available to ensure that if you're working on a weekend and you're trying to get a pre-approval loan or you're trying to make sure that, you have everything you need to buy a home, he sets you up for success in that way. He doesn't ever, have a situation where it's like, you have to wait and call me on Monday at a certain time. No, Stewie is available all the time, and he provides ways that can make sure that you get to the closing table as quickly as possible. That phone number, 314-324-4440. Call him, text him day, night. If you miss that phone number, you can always Google the big loan.
NMLS number 226715.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time to play Bet the Board. We struggled. We went 0 for Gopher last night.
Yeah, we did.
Not great. So standings are still the same, right? 10. I got 10. You and Jamie have 8. And CD with 4. Is that correct?
Anthony, that is correct.
All right.
Good thing I saved that parlay, man.
Good thing. Wait a minute. I'm going to go back to hockey, even though hockey did 3 of the 4 of us nasty last night. I'm going to go with the Red Wings at minus 130. They're playing the Senators. Senators played last night against the Rangers. Only scored 2 goals, despite having a huge shot disparity against the Rangers. So they're playing back-to-back. They go to Detroit tonight. Red Wings, solid team, gearing up for the playoffs, making the playoff push. Red Wings, minus 130 on the money line.
Jamie is going with the Columbus Blue Jackets, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
They're minus 135 at Philly.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I am also looking at the NHL tonight, and I'm looking at the Nashville Predators, who are making their playoff push. They're taking on the San Jose Sharks. That game is in Nashville. Give me the Predators on the money line tonight, minus 142.
You go, Marshy.
Carey, you going, Jamie?
We did.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
That's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, appreciate your honesty.
Yep, I'm sorry. Give me the Denver Nuggets on the alt line at minus 4. Yep, minus 4.5.
Okay.
Versus the Phoenix Suns.
There you have it. Respect the board,
man.
How about Travis Kelce? Did you guys see that thing I sent you last night?
Yeah, he signed a 3-year deal with the Chiefs.
Good for him, man.
What was the guarantees on that? Anybody see?
I didn't see it. I saw what Marshy sent us, but I didn't see.
I think there was more to it. It was like a 1-year thing with the 2 years. I think it helps their cap space.
Yeah, that's
if I'm not mistaken, which makes sense for them.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like there was something to that deal that offered the Chiefs. I'm looking at this. Okay, so Travis Kelce, $40 million roster bonus in 2028. The upshot here is that his 3-year contract is effectively a 1-year deal that will give both sides a chance to decide about 2027 when 2027 comes. But NFL media did a collective spit take when Ian Rappaport reported that Kelce was signing a 3-year, $54.7 million contract. To spell it out a little more clearly, so I'm reading this from RotoWorld. The RotoWorld blurb team has as much of a chance of getting Kelce's $40 million roster bonus in 2028 as he does. So in other words, he's not going to see that money. It's a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm. I didn't expect him to play 3 more years, especially after what we've sort of seen over the last couple of seasons, his play dip.
Other NFL news, Joe Flacco, Jamie's favorite quarterback, is heading back to Cincinnati. 1-year deal.
Good for him.
For Joe Flacco, he'll back up Joe Burrow.
Yeah, a couple Joes in just your average Joe in Cincinnati.
Yep,
working hard.
Kirk Cousins. One Athletic reporter believes the idea of adding a proven veteran like Kirk Cousins might entice head coach Matt LaFleur. Cousins' free agency has been dead quiet. It was reported the Raiders could have interest in him as the legal tampering window ended. As we all know, that Kirk Cousins loves to spill the beans and cost his teams draft picks by telling everybody that they negotiated with him before the legal tampering period.
An accident.
Do you think Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza sort of have...
They're the same person.
So do you think that would make sense to have him join the Raiders?
Sure.
Why are you giving me that grin?
I just think about
Fernando
Mendoza
like the same
and
type
Kirk Cousins. They think the same.
Yeah.
They speak the same.
I think Fernando is a better player. I mean, coming out of college, for sure.
Kirk Cousins led Michigan State to an absolute ass kicking in the playoffs. Led them right into the old buzzsaw there.
Who did they beat, Anthony?
No, they got crushed by Alabama.
Right. That's right.
They were. It was a UConn Syracuse type situation.
Huh.
Marsh. Yeah.
How'd that go?
Speaking of which, Syracuse's head coach came out after the game last night against UConn. And, Carey, you weren't with us yesterday, but right before we signed off, I said, hey, guess how many points Syracuse has at halftime? It was 12 against UConn in women's college basketball. So Syracuse's head coach came out and said it wasn't fair that Syracuse keeps getting put, actually her teams, because she was with Buffalo previously, keep getting put in the same region as UConn. Does she have a point, or is she whining? Get into that next on 101 ESPN. Hey, if your garage door is talking to you, that's not a good thing. It needs attention. It means that something's gone wrong or something will go wrong very soon. And if you've had a spring go out or something worse, you know that working with garage doors, it's not easy. Don't recommend it. What I do recommend is calling Don's Garage Doors. You can visit them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call 866-4-DONS-DOOR. I remember a couple of years ago when our garage spring went out, it makes a loud noise, and anytime you lifted it up or down, it caused even more damage. And I highly recommend calling Don's Garage Door right now to get the annual tune-up. It's only $29.95, so for less than $30, they can come out and perhaps save you from a major repair later on. If you do need a complete replacement, they've got all different kinds of styles. They've got all different kinds of things that will upgrade the curb appeal of your home if your garage door is out front. When it comes to Don's Garage Doors, they're more than just a repair team. They make sure that they set you up right for the long haul. They also provide same-day service. If you call before 10 a.m., and you're stuck, you're out, the garage door won't open up, you call Don's Garage Doors, they'll come out. If they can't come out, if they can't do the same day service, you get $300 toward your repair or replacement. So if you need a repair, you could throw $300 at it, courtesy of Don's Garage Doors. If you need a full replacement, again, you could throw that $300 at a brand new garage door. Give them a call. Book today. Again, donsgaragedoors.com or call 866-4-DONS-DOORS. Don't wait until you're stuck in the driveway. Call today.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Washington Capitals. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. We'll have the pregame for you starting at 6 o'clock. Puck drop is at 7. The Blues 2 points from being the second worst team in the West. However, they are less than 10 points away from that final wild card spot. Blues sit at 67 points. The Nashville Predators, who are in that second wild card spot with 75 points. We're going to talk some college hoops coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
So right before we signed off yesterday, I asked Jamie and Marsh if they could predict how many points Syracuse women's basketball had against UConn at the half in yesterday's game. And Marsh, you were the closest. You said 13. You got a good read on me. Mm-hmm. You said, you must be saying this because they don't have a lot of points. Marsh said 13. It was actually 12, so Marsh was very close on that. But they lost 98-45.
They picked it up.
They picked it up, but...
Or did
inevitably,
UConn?
The UConn may have taken its foot off the gas. Okay. But that wasn't the story. Story was Syracuse coach Felicia Leggett-Jack blasting the NCAA Women's Basketball Committee following the game. Her gripe was that they can consistently put her teams in the UConn sub-regional in Storrs, Connecticut. She says, quote, "For us to do what we've done to consistently have to come to UConn and every school that I go to from Buffalo to Syracuse, it's unfair to the young people," Leggett-Jack said in her opening statement following that 98-45 second round loss. "We, I thought, deserved a little more respect. The Orange have had to face the Huskies in the second round in both tournament berths under Leggett-Jack, and 5 of the program's past 7 appearances overall. 3 of those games took place on UConn's home court." She says, quote, "After being in the business for 37 years and to have to come in and be into this particular bracket every freaking year is unacceptable. It's wrong. Put us on a 10 line, whatever. But for us to continue to come to Connecticut year after year after year is, to me, it's a personal attack because I just think that we are way better than what we performed today." For those who don't know, the NCAA committee that seeds the women's bracket, they typically like to put teams close to their home so that their fans can travel.
So they're doing you a favor.
They're trying to do you a favor.
Yeah.
But she says this is a personal attack. One more thing here, and then we'll get into our thoughts. She says, "I just want the young people that's in my locker room to have a fighting chance. And I am grateful to be in the NCAA tournament from where we've come from, but I think that we've earned the right to go outside of our 4-hour radius. I couldn't simulate what we were going to face, and I recognize that in shoot-around." This is perhaps the biggest issue I have here.
That's the biggest issue? You ain't reached it yet?
I think this is bad.
Okay.
She goes, "I saw the distraction. I saw the looks in seeing all those Final Four championships, and I saw the weight go on the back of those young ladies' heels, and to the point where they couldn't make free throws. And so I knew that we were in trouble at around 2:30 this afternoon." What in the name of all that is holy of competition are you talking about?
Anthony, you see this?
Yes, smallest violin in the world.
It really is.
I see that.
Yeah,
this is awful.
I think that's a bad look.
It's a horrible look.
What I do know about, athletes, whether you're a man or a woman, they want to compete. And if you're going to win a national championship, which I'm sure everyone has aspirations of doing, you're going to have to beat that team at some point.
Absolutely.
Whether it's in the second round, whether it's in the Elite 8 or the Final Four or the championship game, or it's the first round. And the women's tournament is different from the men's tournament. And I texted you all over the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some changes in the men's tournament because there were a lot of empty seats. I forget which game I was texting you about.
Houston and Texas A&M.
It was nobody there, man. And I mean nobody. And nobody was there.
It's bad when you hear the basketball hit the court.
It was an empty arena.
And the sneakers.
It was an empty arena. And what the women's game does is they allow those first few games to be in the home teams, in the higher seeds, home court. So what the coaches is expressing their frustration. We had to go to Storrs, Connecticut to play this team that has all these championships, and they've won 52 games. I think it's 52 games in a row.
Yeah,
they are dominant. And UConn has always been dominant. You have other programs because they recruit well, they coach well, they win a lot of games. They get the best coach. They get the best players.
College basketball history.
South Carolina has had their run with Dawn Staley, and Tennessee had their run during the Pat Summitt years with them and some of the great players that they had there. But UConn has been, with Gino Auriemma, has been the number one team for a lot of years, and the team that teams have looked after. And I just think it's sour grapes. What are we complaining about, man? Like, it's basketball. You got to hoop. You got to play. You got to compete. And yeah, the Jimmies and Joes, if the team got better players, they're probably going to win. Mm-hmm. But you still cannot complain.
But you have to compete.
And your family and friends are closer to come visit if they choose to do so, which is what the NCAA is trying. Yeah. The women's bracket is trying to do for those programs. I think this is a terrible look for her and that program.
This is why I say this is the worst part to me. You knew you were defeated at 2:30.
That's on you, Coach.
You knew you were defeated, if you were being honest, as soon as you saw that you were in UConn's region again. You knew you were defeated. And your players probably felt it as well. Mm-hmm. And she goes on to say, we're better than this. We can get past this, right? Like, we're better than the second round appearance.
But she said she wanted a 10 seed. Did I put us on the 10 line?
She put us on the 10 line, but
as opposed to being a 9, which has to play the number 1 in the second round.
Right, but what she is saying, like, get us out of playing UConn.
No.
Like, are you kidding me?
How about you have a better season, don't have the seed that you're in?
Yeah.
This is a stark difference from what we saw from the Maryland head coach, hyping her player up.
Yeah, right.
If you saw that.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, I love that.
Instilling confidence in her, and she went out and balled right after that.
She looked like a completely different player before and after that conversation.
Yeah.
And this is a player that I'll get her name, but she said in the post game, I have told my coach I want to be coached hard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every time I want hard coaching.
That's a separate conversation.
The best part of that was you saw the coach like beeline right in her, almost nose to nose.
Yes.
But then you could read her lips say, I believe in you, and something to the effect of, I need you to believe in you as well.
This is not my moment,
the young lady nodded her head, and she patted her on the shoulder, and she went to sit down.
Yeah.
That's coaching. That is exactly what most coaches get into it for, is to lead young people, young men, young women to face adversity, because you're going to face adversity in life. You're going to face it in sports. You're going to have to go over some hurdles and go through some things in order to call yourself a champion, whether it be a champion in sport or a champion in life. And if you're telling us, my team was defeated when they saw all those banners, man, go rip one down. Me? Like, what are you saying? What type of energy are you providing for your young women that are there to compete?
Right.
Like, don't tell me, what are you looking at the banners for? The hell with those banners. Those teams ain't out here.
Those banners. Yeah.
Kurt Signetti, before they played Penn State, I'll never forget, the reporter asked him, your team is, this program has never won at Penn State. He said, this team has never played at Penn State.
Amen.
So I don't know what all the hubbub is about. This team has never played at Penn State. I ain't got nothing to do with all the other teams in the past. And if you're the coach, that's the type of confidence you need to instill in your players. Those teams that got those banners ain't playing tonight.
Right.
I know this team ain't lost. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's the first time for everything. Here's our opportunity. You scored 8 points in the first quarter. You scored 4 points in the second quarter. You had 12 points at halftime.
Right.
You're damn right your team was deflated before they got on. When they got off of the bus, you know why? Because they felt your energy.
Yep.
As a player, you know when your coach is there. Coach don't even believe in us. Why the hell should we? So I thought that was a terrible, and I'm sure she's a great coach, a great woman. She's leading the program. She's been doing it for a number of years. But to complain about who you have to play, it don't matter who you play, man.
I agree.
Because if you want to win a championship, and I'm certain that is the expectation or the hope for every one of those young women that have signed up to go to Syracuse, for every coach that has signed up to coach with her, is to win a championship at some point.
Yep.
You're going to have to beat the best teams if you plan on doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't say the better team didn't win tonight.
Yeah.
We have heard that before.
We certainly have. Yeah, horrible look. I agree. And I'm sorry, if my daughter was good enough to play, and she's recruiting my daughter, and my daughter's got other opportunities, I'm saying, Coach, thank you for your interest, but I heard your comments after the UConn game. I'm sorry, this isn't. You're not the leader I'm hoping my daughter goes to. Like, this is. I thought that was a horrible look all the way around. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Let's get to the 2026 March Madness Pain Index. So we always talk about, like, the great things that happen in March Madness. What if we get to kind of detail all the losses and rank them into tiers?
Tears that fall out of your face?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's exactly how it's spelled.
Yep.
All right. Get to that next on 101 ESPN. ESPN put together a pain index for the losing teams thus far in the NCAA tournament, and they ranked the teams in terms of how painful their losses are. For example, they have their just happy to be here tier. That would be Lehigh, the Idaho Potatoes, the Prairie View A&M Panthers, Long Island University Sharks, Queens, Tennessee State, North Dakota State, Miami of Ohio, which I thought was kind of interesting. Like, just happy to be here.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That loss hurts a little bit more than I think just happy to be here. UMBC. Such a tease is the next tier. Penn, Howard, Hofstra, Kennesaw State. Here's your participation trophy. This one, I wouldn't want to be in this tier. Hawaii, Troy, Northern Iowa, who won the A-10 tournament this year, Texas A&M, St. Mary's. Marsh, your St. Mary's
Saints
are in the here's your participation trophy. I don't get that one. Like, Texas A&M won a first-round matchup and then lost to 2-seed Houston. St. Mary's got rocked by Texas A&M.
By the way,
even close.
Before the text line jumps on you, Northern Iowa, Missouri Valley Conference.
I'm sorry, I said the A-10. I apologize. Yes, thank you. Missouri Valley Conference, which is here, obviously, in St. Louis.
Yes.
Not the A-10. SLU's in the A-10. I apologize. Yes, I misspoke. Silver Linings Playbook, VCU, Louisville, Villanova, and Miami. So close, yet so far. And, of course, we're building up to where our two local teams are, one of which plays in the A-10. So close, yet so far. Utah State, Wright State, who battled big time in their loss to Virginia. Akron, which got waxed. UCF, Furman, SLU. Then McNeese, South Florida, UCLA, TCU, Kentucky, Missouri. So Mizzou and SLU fall in the same tier, which is, again, so close, yet so far. Do you guys agree with that? I think I could get on board with SLU, but I don't know about Mizzou.
I felt like Mizzou had, Mark Mitchell wasn't doing much of nothing, for a large majority of that game, and they were still in that game, and they took the lead at one point. And then you saw them start to kind of pick some things up. I honestly thought Mizzou was going to win that game. I picked Mizzou to even make it to the Sweet 16, thinking they would beat Miami and then probably beat Purdue and make it to the Sweet 16.
You got that much confidence in that?
I did. I honestly thought that it was set up for them to, at worst, be a Sweet 16. I felt that same way about Illinois. Like the same kind of path. I didn't think SLU had a chance going against Michigan because Michigan they are large human beings, and I didn't think that they had much of a chance. But I thought Mizzou had an opportunity, and that game just they were missing shots. It just didn't work out in their favor. But I do feel like the opportunity for them to do something special, at least make it through the first two rounds, was there, and they just didn't capitalize on it.
See, I think I would put Mizzou in that if the label, I'm focusing on the label here. I think Mizzou was more of such a tease. For me, that whole game was a tease where they're there, but then you really didn't think that they were in the game. I even mentioned it while I was watching the game with Jackson.
Sure.
I felt like Mizzou was down 10, even though they were down by like 3 points. It didn't feel like they were in the game. It almost, the score was a tease for me.
See, that's why I thought that they were. The final score is not indicative of how that game was. I feel like it got out of hand late there in the game. And
I think it should have been out of hand before that, though.
But that's the reason why I felt like when your best player isn't scoring the bucket and you're still in the game, to me, that's part of the reason why I felt like, okay, the turning point when they went up, I'm like, okay, here it is. They got a chance to go on. But Miami just kept hitting big shots after big shot, hitting threes. And I'm like, well, maybe they don't have the opportunity to go and win this game.
And I even said it yesterday. Mizzou couldn't rebound to save their life. Yeah. It was terrible.
See, I think Mizzou, the next tier in this is we're not mad, just disappointed. I think the Mizzou falls into that category.
Oh, I don't know, Anthony. There's a lot of Mizzou fans that are mad.
No, they're saying we're not mad. Like, we're not the fan base, but like the observers of the tournament.
Gotcha.
Like, we're not mad. We're just disappointed. Like, that's how I view Mizzou.
Okay.
Where you avoided. Let's break this down for a second. Mizzou narrowly avoided having to go to Dayton and play in the first four, where they could have been bounced at that point. Then they were gifted essentially a home game based on how fans could travel.
Yeah.
Right. Against and had a 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30 start time against an East Coast Miami team playing at 10:30 their time,
and a team that was a 7 seed that probably wasn't, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know if they weren't a good 7 seed.
They were 7 seed ish.
Yeah.
Probably in a different year they'd be like 8 or 9.
Sure.
Right. So you lost to that. You lost to that team. I can't put them in the so close yet so far away. SLU I get. And I like what they wrote about with SLU. They said, we've deserved to see a team like this in the NCAA tournament for a while. And we got to see both the highs, the win versus Georgia, and the lows, the loss to Michigan.
Yeah, I think if SLU doesn't have that stretch of games at the end of the season, they lose a few. Let's say they win those games, you're a different seed. Maybe you make it to the Sweet 16.
Exactly. That's where I think, not just this loss to Michigan, but if you're looking at everything as a whole, Jamie, you're viewing the season and saying so close, yet so far away.
I'll tell you what, though, I bet you those players weren't looking around at, shoot around thinking this game's over.
We're done, like Syracuse.
I'm sure they weren't.
We're not mad, just disappointed. Gator just asked if I was going to finish the list. I absolutely will. We're not mad, just disappointed. Texas Tech, Georgia, SMU, Gonzaga, BYU. Emotional.
That was disappointing. The BYU loss. Devonta had like 35, but I expected them.
They were a tease all year.
Yeah, I expected them to and I forget who was texting me about. So you haven't watched the Big 12 play all year long.
I remember seeing that.
Who was he referring? I'm trying to see.
He was
which
definitely
game.
talking to you.
He was talking to me, and it was about the. Oh man, I can't remember what game it was.
Texas Tech? Iowa State?
No, it wasn't Iowa State.
Okay.
It was. I can't remember. I'm looking for it, but it was one of those games, and they lost. They got the help. Oh, it was Duke. It was Duke. TCU.
Oh.
And they got the hell beat out of them, like I said they would.
Yeah, you did.
I said Duke is going to beat the hell out of TCU. You haven't watched any Big 12 ball all year. Yes, I have. And I know that Duke was sleepwalking versus Siena, and they're going to beat the hell out of the Horned Frogs, the Foreign Hogs. Yep, the Foreign Hogs.
Foreign Hogs.
Yeah, man.
You also, I got to give you credit to the Michigan State when I said it was going to be close, and it was not.
Yeah, yep. I had St. John's winning as well. I thought that was an amazing. Yeah, you finished that game on a lefty finish on a right-hand layup to.
Yeah.
That's only 2 points of the game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went the distance.
Yes.
Or
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he went the distance.
Yeah.
Went on. Yeah. Right, that was going to overtime.
It was going into overtime.
I was watching that game on my phone. I was like, Killian, watch this. Look at this. That one, of course, in the Iowa-Florida game. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Gator.
Emotional roller coaster was Clemson, California Baptist, which is Marsh's team, NC State, Siena, High Point, Virginia. What just happened, Tier? Ohio State, Wisconsin, Kansas, Vanderbilt. Boy, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
North Carolina, Santa Clara, Florida. So that was the tier that Florida fell into, what just happened,
Florida,
which makes sense.
They lost on the game-winning shot as well. Like that.
And they didn't get one off.
And they didn't get one off. Yeah. Pain.
Index. It's fascinating. 101 ESPN. All right. Our biggest question of the day circles or centers on the Cardinals. We'll talk about them next on 101 ESPN.
Time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:04, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie, downtown for the Blues and Capitals tonight. Marsh,
Yes, Anthony.
what is the biggest question of the day?
All right, the biggest question of the day is how can the Cardinals manage to make the MLB postseason this year? And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, they can't. They're not good enough. You might be right. You're probably right.
You want us to supply a little hopium.
A little hopium. We're only a few days away from
To
opening
make it to
day.
the playoffs?
Carey, just walk with me here. Walk with me here. I saw an article on The Athletic that goes into how each team can make the playoffs, no matter the payroll. And so I scrolled down to the Cardinals, and this is what they had: the Cardinals, 67-95. Historic analog, 2025
67.
Reds. This team could be the 2025 Reds. 2025 Reds projection, they were 74-88. 2025 Reds actual projection, their actual record, 83-79, an NL wildcard team. This is what The Athletic has to say about our St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the thing about the National League. Yeah, you've got the Dodgers, and you've got a few more teams with solid shots to win 90 games. But when you're thinking about that last wild card or two, the pickings start to get slimmer. Right now, the sixth best projected record in the league is 82-80, a tie between Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. It's not wild to think a win total in the low 80s can get you in the dance the way it did in 2023 for the Diamondbacks and Marlins, and the way it did last year for the Reds. The Cardinals can be that team if some of their youth arrive earlier than expected and the pitching staff is surprisingly competent. So it's basically saying the Cardinals have to be better than what everybody else in the world is projecting them to be. And if all these great things come together, maybe they'll win 80 games and maybe they'll make the playoffs.
Wow. Can you give me the Reds expected win total versus their actual win total from last year?
Yeah, so the expected was 74-88. This is according to The Athletic. 2025 actual record for the Reds, 83-79.
So they won 9 more games than they were expected to win.
Correct.
So if the Cardinals won 9 more games, that'd put them at 76 wins, which probably still
let's do that baseball
keeps you out of the playoffs. Hey, so you're saying they need to have, in order to win 8, they got to win 13 more games than what this is projected them to have.
Yeah,
and I mean you can do it.
They got to go above and beyond.
You got to show up early.
Above and beyond.
Those young guys got to get to the ballpark early, is what they said. So if the game starts at 7, get there by 10 a.m.
And we have no idea what the National League
show up early.
is going to look like this season. Last year, it seemed like nobody actually wanted to make the playoffs, including the Mets. Yeah. That's how the Reds actually made the playoffs. So if you get another season where it's like, we really don't want to make the playoffs, then maybe you have a shot. But you have to go above and beyond expectations if things look different this year in the National League.
Yeah, so Marsh, you kind of just beat me to the punch when it comes to like how the Cardinals can actually make the playoffs this year. Other teams are going to have to underperform. I mean, that's just got to be part of the formula. We keep talking about the Cardinals. Maybe the pitching staff will be better. Maybe all these young guys start to come together. Yeah, that's possible. But it has to also be
what else?
And Philadelphia has the wheels fall off because their pitching staff is basically held up with duct tape right now. The Mets once again fall short of expectations, or the Braves fall short of expectations. They don't have the rebound that everybody believes that they could have. It has to be some other teams falling. Milwaukee, the witch magic that they've been using for the last 5-6 years, that has to dry out.
I think with the Cardinals, I'm looking back at their 2025 record. Against teams that had a record above 500, the Cardinals were 35-36, so almost 500 against teams with above 500 record. And we've noted it over the last few years. They keep losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to.
Yeah.
if you can clean that up this season, perhaps you do find yourself in the mix. Not saying you will, but you have to beat the teams below you.
Yeah.
And they haven't done that.
No, they haven't. Now, could I see some of these teams falling apart? Yeah. Dodgers are going to be great. I think the Cubs are going to be very, very good. Whether it's the Mets or the Braves.
You see who falling apart, Anthony?
Phillies.
The Dodgers falling apart?
No, I said the Dodgers are great.
Oh.
Cubs, I think, are going to be very good. Other than that, I could see Philadelphia falling apart. Now, somebody's got to win the East, whether it's the Braves or the Mets. But the Braves aren't guaranteed to I mean, they've got a great lineup, but their pitching staff is constantly hurt.
Yeah.
So, the Reds are going to have to build off what they did a year ago.
The 636 brings up 2015 Kansas City Royals. Pacoda had them winning 72 games. They went 95-67. It could happen. What did the Kansas City Royals in 2015 have that this Cardinals team does not have?
The three relievers in the back end. The three guys that if you just get past this, if your starter can go 6, the game was over. Mm-hmm. That's what they had. They had the three guys. They didn't even have a great offense, but they had those three relievers that as soon as the starter would get to the 6 and the game was still, you had a lead, game over.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Giants, because the Giants did beat the Royals in the World Series that year.
Well, you would love the Cardinals to have somebody emerge out of the bullpen and sort of hopefully be that person. And I think we all think that this rotation will be better than it was last year. That's not really saying much, but I am excited to see what the rotation can do.
Sure.
So if the Cardinals are going to win, we have question marks surrounding their offense. Maybe it is the pitching staff from the starting rotation to the bullpen that ultimately can get them over their projected win total. It's going to have to be.
Right. I mean, if we're going to play the game, what you just outlined has to happen.
All of it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're going to be consistent, too.
Yeah. You guys good?
Yeah, man.
You see it all happen?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I really do.
Yeah.
When will you be out?
Oh, I'll be in all year. This team's going to surprise.
Anthony, when are you going to be
surprise
out?
Who?
Well, you.
The world?
You, number one.
I'm excited, man.
Can I read these off here?
Mm-hmm.
Wade Davis was their closer that year. He had a...
Are you thinking of the 2015 team or the 2014 team? 2014 is when they lost to the Giants. 2015 is when they beat the Mets.
Correct. Yeah, that's why I said if they just get to the game was over unless you played the Giants. ... unless you're playing the Giants.
Okay.
But the 2015 team, since we'll go that route. I'm sorry, Holland was the closer. Holland was the closer that year. He had 32 saves, an ERA plus of 110. Kelvin Herrera, who had an ERA plus of 155, and Wade Davis, 448.
Carey's brother.
ERA plus.
Yep.
These guys were disgusting.
Filthy. Got some of those guys on this team, Anthony. Just wait and see.
Greg Holland, he had a good stint with the Cardinals.
He did not. He was one and done. I don't even know if he made. Did he finish the year? I don't even think he finished the year.
He he pitched in 32 games, and he finished the year off, I believe, with the Washington
Nationals.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. He is the poster child, though, of why I always say the 1-year deal doesn't hurt you, because as much as he didn't live up to the expectations that we had, it was still a 1-year deal. He moved on.
Who was the other bullpen arm that was not a 1-year deal?
Brett Cecil.
Yes.
Yeah, that hurt.
That did hurt.
Yeah, not like a starter that is making $50 million a year hurts, but that one still hurt.
Well, I think they did that too.
Look, Marsh, mistakes were made. Okay.
Yeah.
They admitted them.
We're correcting them right now.
They admitted them, and they're moving forward. Sports Six Pack is next, part 1. If you got a question, send it to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Again, part 1 of the Sports Six Pack next.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. And if you like home runs, Cal Raleigh had plenty of them last year. Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers were doing spectacular things, and maybe you like Aaron Judge to do what he did last year. Those guys are some names, and those are some teams that you can choose. So if you're ready to play your game, head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, Marsh, why don't you hit us with question one of the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Question number one.
Interesting question here from the 618. Who on the station has the closest takes to you, and who has the most different?
Oh, Anthony and I are absolutely on the opposite ends when it comes to football, actually.
Yeah, everything else, I think we're pretty locked in. Like,
we look at each other like we're crazy. Like,
yeah.
what are you
talking about?
When he said Sam Darnold would be the best quarterback in football and the most important, I thought he absolutely had lost his damn mind.
I don't know if
but he was right. Yeah. Man won the whole damn thing. He was right. I was wrong.
And you were right about the Eagles winning it all.
You thought I was crazy for saying that?
I didn't think you were crazy.
You thought I was crazy for how I said it was going to happen. I thought that the Eagles were going to beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
And you did think I was crazy for you.
I did.
This guy don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. I didn't call you names because I respect you too much, but I thought about it. Yeah, so CD and I, football-wise, are probably polar opposites.
Yeah. Do any of us have any of the same takes as BK when it comes to baseball? Because I think some of his takes can be a little out there at times. Well, you know what? Maybe they're not. I just don't understand them because it's so analytical.
I think it's more that.
Yeah.
I do think there's some perspective that BK provides.
He does. He does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I'm just not a numbers guy. I'm more like a meat and potatoes guy.
Sure.
Like, feed me. I don't need all that. All that other stuff doesn't help me. I don't even understand what war means.
What was the statistic that Tanner brought to the table?
Oopsie.
The oops, yeah. What was it? Oopsie plus?
Yeah, oopsie.
Oopsie.
Yeah, oopsie.
Yeah.
Again, do we need all of that?
No.
I don't think so.
You know, Tim McKernan and I, when we do the spread zone with Riz, him and I have similar takes on certain teams.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that. Him and I are kind of in lockstep about certain teams. But in terms of like takes and things like that, I don't know stuff because all three shows are very different.
Yeah.
Very different. Like the morning show is very they have like almost like a cult like following.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of emails and you know they kind of scratch the surface with sports and also dive into other things and like they've got a very unique show.
Very. One of their texters texted us last week. He scared the hell out of me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Anthony, no, trust me.
It was bad?
Yeah. And Jackson knew exactly who it was.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, really?
Oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Oh, is that such and
that's
such?
right, because Jackson was, yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, they got some
unique,
they got some
it's
unique
okay.
fans.
Mm-hmm.
The midday show tends to be more analytical because of that's kind of BK's foray.
Mm-hmm.
And then our show is just an absolute 4 hours of chaos.
Yeah. Stats and facts, though.
Stats and facts.
Try.
You never quite know what you're going to get with the fast lane.
Man,
I could be holding a microphone for 2 straight segments.
You could be. You could be.
I do think that some of us... It did break, yeah. I feel like some of us share the same opinion when it comes to a certain sport, and then we differ in opinion with a different sport.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, well, we share all the same opinions and then we differ from other people where it's not the same for each sport.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a really good question. I think we all differ. We all differ a little bit.
This is how, you know how funny, I'm going to read you 2 emails that came back to back. Yeah, the morning show is actually funny and they have a personality. And then the next one says, man, that morning show, I've turned it on a few times. I don't know what the hell is going on there.
Yeah, okay.
Difference of opinion.
Wait, hold on a second.
You know what I mean?
Was that first one a crap sandwich?
Yeah, it was for us. Yeah, it was a crab sandwich for us.
We don't have personalities, they're saying?
Well, it says, you know, the morning show actually has personality and is funny. Mm-hmm. I would assume in comparison to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says,
maybe
this is from
BK
Heinz
Ferrario.
Gold Chain. Says, I still love you guys, though.
Oh, okay.
So that's
we appreciate
definitely a crab sandwich.
Yeah. Boy, that's tough. That's tough to hear, you know, because obviously he's listening. He loves us, but he's basically saying that we're as vanilla as vanilla ice cream comes.
Yeah. Which is great, though.
No chocolate sauce. None.
None?
I like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to pour all kinds of stuff over it.
You hate vanilla ice cream.
I don't hate it,
You
CD.
hate vanilla
I
ice
don't
cream.
appreciate.
He actually hates vanilla ice cream.
Crazy.
In his opinion, it is the worst thing ever because what's the point?
What are you, an Italian
Thank you.
ice guy?
No, he hates vanilla ice cream.
I like
his
flavors.
brain, if you got to pour all of that stuff on it, what's the point? You got to pour chocolate syrup or caramel or sprinkles or whatever else. He hates vanilla ice cream. He thinks it's the
people
worst
talk
thing in
to
the
me
world.
about it like, well, you're just not sophisticated to understand the vanilla bean. Like, you know what? Shove that vanilla bean straight down your own throat.
That's a great smelling candle, by the way.
Sure.
You're not a candle guy?
No, I appreciate a good candle, especially when the house is clean.
Smells good.
My wife will light the candle after the house is all clean. Oh, man. It's a good feeling.
They said you're not supposed to light. Well, candles can kind of mess with your air filters in the home.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all that smoke you don't
Now,
see.
who's they?
The people that do air filters.
The insiders, Anthony. The candle insiders.
The people who don't want you to buy candles?
Probably.
And buy something else?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What are those other things called? They're not candles, but they make your house smell nice.
Diffusers.
Diffusers, yes.
Yeah. I had one.
Is that the stuff that you plug in?
Yeah. Kind of.
Now, do those diffusers, do they mess with the airflow?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe that person worked for the diffuser company and, buy less candles, buy more diffusers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe had an agenda.
Watching you, diffuser companies.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think we necessarily answered that question outside of CD and I disagree on football a lot.
Would make for a great show, though.
Question number 2.
If we just could get together and do a podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried.
We did.
Multiple times.
We did.
You guys call yourself the Gridiron Pals.
We could, yeah. Or
Gridiron
guys.
guys actually has a better ring.
What about Gridiron Friends? No, not the
Guys
same.
has a better ring to it. The Gridiron Guys.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of a
Plus,
name.
there's already a podcast.
Oh, yeah? So I've heard.
Patriots still running up that hill.
Still running up that damn hill. Take them up the hill.
With Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, not much. Not so much anymore.
Those Lions. What a terrible draft class that was for them.
Oh, we own that. We own that.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs last year. They came in last place in the NFC North.
How many championships?
0, Andy.
Thank you.
We were spot on.
Sometimes you just got to let it marinate, you know?
We were so far off.
Yep. Yeah,
That was ridiculous.
that Highland kid, Sam Laporta, hasn't worked out. Jameer Gibbs, boy, what a bust.
Terrible take.
They already traded away another running back.
Yep.
Terrible take by us.
Whoops.
All right, from the 636, we all joke about players coming because of the free zoo. With this being the anniversary of Bobby Plager's passing and players like Colton Parayko choosing to stay here, what is it about St. Louis that keeps players around after retirement?
I think it's a good city, depending on, how long you've been here. And I think sometimes as a professional athlete, when you live in a city for so long and your kids are raised there, that's where they call home. That's where they're from. Even if you were born in another city or another country, another state, that's where your family is comfortable. Sometimes athletes meet their future wives in those current cities, and you tend to stay in the city that your wife or your fiance lives in. So I think that has a lot to do with it in St. Louis and a lot of other cities as well. I got a lot of teammates that were not from Pittsburgh that still live in Pittsburgh because we played there. You played there for so long, you kind of settle and get your roots there, and it's just easier to do that as opposed to going back to wherever you're from or wherever, whatever you feel like.
Sure.
Question number 3.
I didn't feel like I should answer that.
Well, you're not from here, though, but you planted your roots here.
Planted your roots here.
Yeah. I married a St. Louis woman.
So you stayed. See?
Have St. Louis kids.
That's where they're from. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That was a shock to one of them, too.
That you weren't from St. Louis?
Yeah.
To your kids?
Yeah, it might have been Madeline.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's like, what?
You're not from here?
Or maybe it was Killian. I think it was Killian.
Where are you from?
Killian's like, you're
outsider?
You weren't born in St. Louis? We're all born in St. Louis. Like he was shocked that you could come someplace else. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm from parts unknown.
Yeah, man, I've been all over the world.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere,
the States.
man.
All right, this next one comes from In DeBoer We Trust. With all of these MLB stadiums selling official 9x9x9 challenges, what would it take for one of y'all to try it? 9 beers, 9 hot dogs in 9 innings.
Am I getting paid? I don't see any. I'm just being honest.
Could you do it?
Oh, yeah, I'd probably do it. I don't think that would be an issue. The beer would probably fill me up more than the hot dog.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the beer.
I would feel full.
Mm-hmm.
The hot dog, 9 hot dogs.
If I'm hungry, I don't think that would be a challenge. You're right, though. The beer would fill you up.
The beer would make you feel like you're about to burst.
What's the ounce? Yeah, I was about to say, what's the ounce?
Is it 16? Is it 12?
Man, a 16 would be tough every inning.
Inning?
You think like, all right, but you're having to slam that thing.
Yeah.
Or at least work at a decent pace.
How? I mean, it's not like I'm sure I've drank 9 beers in in a setting at
Sure,
one point in
but
my
you're
life.
talking about over.
Anthony. I used to have a good time. Anthony.
Boy, that's a good call. I probably have too.
Like
I almost said, well, that's over a couple of hours. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball games over a couple of hours.
Yeah, I've had times, man. I'm sure I've had 9 beers at some
Not in
point.
2.5 hours, though.
Anthony.
Yeah?
Come on, man.
Are you eating, though?
Probably not eating.
Okay.
Probably don't need to eat.
There you go.
If I'm drinking 9 beers.
I don't think I could do it. I'll just be honest. I don't
Country
think.
nights?
Did you say what?
When you went to country nights?
Oh, that was in Country Thursdays in the
Country
weight room.
Thursdays.
Country Thursday.
Oh, it was in the weight room.
Yeah, it was a weight room.
Oh, I thought you
Country
guys went to
Thursday.
like a
Who was that
like
big
a
white
bar.
defensive end?
Kiesel. It was
Brett
Kiesel and Aaron
Kiesel.
Smith. They ran the Country Thursday portion of the weight room.
That makes sense to me.
Every Thursday, man. So I know Garth Brooks. I got friends in low places.
Nice.
Totally thought you went to like a country music bar or something.
No, yeah.
That probably wouldn't be smart to go on a Thursday with the games coming up that weekend.
Yeah, no.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I got
Try
3
me.
days.
I can recover.
What are you talking about here, man? Yeah,
The Puck Cancer third period charity hockey game is this Friday night at Centene Community Ice Center. You can tune in this Friday afternoon to hear us, the Fast Lane, broadcasting live before the game from 2 to 6 p.m. from the E&B Granite Studio. Tickets are on sale for the third annual Puck Cancer third period alumni game. As Kelly Chase continues his battle, he's bringing together Blues alumni and NHL alumni for another special night in support of the Siteman Cancer Center and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Grab your tickets now for the game this Friday night. Support those two great organizations, and then tune in pregame to us this Friday afternoon for the Fast Lane Live from E&B Granite Studio at Centene Community Ice Center. We'll continue our Sports Six-Pack next. If you still got questions, roll them in. 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack next. If you've been thinking about upgrading your vehicle, this might not be the time to wait, because this month, Auto Centers Nissan is making a serious move, and the strongest deals won't sit long. They've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one massive location. They're right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri, just minutes from South County, and an easy drive from Illinois. And the offers this month throughout March are absolutely stacked. On select new Nissan models, buyers can get 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, remaining 2025 models are discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP. That's not a small rebate. We're talking about a serious price cut. Select used vehicles even qualify for 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And every new Nissan includes a 30-day return promise. If you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, bring it back within those 30 days, and they'll refund your money and set you up with something else. If you shop online now at AutoCentersNissan.com throughout the month of March, every vehicle also qualifies for up to an additional $1,000 in savings when you click the Claim My Buyer's Bonus. So just choose your vehicle, click the Claim My Buyer's Bonus button when you see it, and you'll be eligible for up to an additional $1,000 in savings. When you do head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan and AutoCentersNissan.com.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. After the show, we'll have Blues pregame for you right here on 101 ESPN as the Blues take on the Washington Capitals. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. If you have missed anything from today's show, including our thoughts on the Cardinals opening day roster, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. If you have a question for us, the Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646 with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Question 4, please, Marsh.
Question number 4.
All right, this one comes from the Water Boy. Do you have an opening day tradition?
Cardinals opening day?
No, I mean, I've always worked.
Well, I honestly had never gone to an opening day game until 2023. First time ever. It was a cool experience, Anthony.
Nice.
I think it was 23. Maybe it was 24. Who the hell knows? I can't keep up, man. One of those years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I do.
No, I don't. I mean, my opening day would probably be just turning the game on. I'm watching it.
Well, you'll be working.
Well, we'll watch the game. We can turn the game on, Anthony.
I'm just saying.
Can we not turn it on?
Well, make sure
Can we not have TVs on in the?
We do
in the studio.
Oh man,
we got 3 of them on now. I don't know what is this. How I Met Your Mother? I don't know what show that is.
I think you're right.
That's the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
Same.
Probably not, but that wasn't a follower of either.
Hilarious.
No, I don't. I literally have worked every home opener in some capacity since 2012. So, no, I've been down there for live broadcast. I've also been at a bar.
Were we down there last year?
Not last year.
Year before.
Year before.
In 24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. They played the Blue Jays on my birthday.
Man.
Yep.
And the Sharks play on your birthday this year.
They do.
Play the Blues.
You're up next, though.
I am.
When's yours, Friday?
Friday.
Freedom Friday at Centene.
Friday.
Wow.
Freedom Friday at Centene. We'll be celebrating Carey Davis.
Now, Carey, the 314 wants to know, what do you do for Dodgers opening day?
I don't know, man. Might be watching it. Might not. They play Wednesday. Who they playing? Forgot.
Who, the Dodgers?
It doesn't matter. It only matters in October.
I don't think
it matters all year long.
they play.
They do.
I thought the Giants and Yankees play the first game on Wednesday night.
They play on Wednesday as well.
Oh.
I think. Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was just Giants Yankees.
Giants Yankees.
Play Thursday.
Does that bother you that the team that won the World Series is not opening the season? We're getting that with the NFL as well.
Well, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Especially in the NFL. When you win the championship, you're supposed to be the first game played. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I believe that Australian game is being played on that Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Did you all talk about the NFL and the flag football?
We did, yeah, we did.
What'd you think?
Here, why don't we do this?
Yeah, there you go.
Question number 5.
What did you think, Carey?
I thought that the NFL players, flag football is a little different, man. I will say you had some retired players. You had a few current players. Devontae Smith and Stephon Diggs were out there. I think Jalen Hurts.
Team USA whooped them.
They did whoop them. I thought it was very, it was interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Now, the question will be, a couple questions. One, how hard were the NFL players playing? I would assume that they were playing extremely hard because, your competitive juices start flowing. You don't want to get the hell beat out of you, which they did. And then I guess the second question is, how hard were was the flag team playing? Which I would assume that was like the most important game of their lives up until this point.
Yeah.
Respectfully, right? Because you were out to prove that flag is vastly different from tackle.
And
it is.
You proved it.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's not a completely different game, but it is a different game. I mean, you saw the way that the flag guys were moving, the way that they stopped, the way that they dropped down, the way
it's different. It's a
completely
different movements.
Way that you attack. And when it comes to, somebody brought this up, when if you run like a dig route across the field, an NFL dig route, you're for the way that the field dimensions are in flag, you run out of bounds to complete the route. So there's just certain ways that the flag team could attack the field the NFL team wasn't prepared for because it's different dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that any NFL players will be playing in the Olympics?
I think we'll run into some of the same issues that you had for the World Baseball Classic. Will those teams be willing? Because you could still get hurt. I mean, the player that always comes to mind for me is former Patriot Robert Edwards when he tore his knee up in a flag football game, a beach football game years ago. And pretty much ended his career. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you'll have any current teams would Justin Jefferson be playing in the Olympics in flag football? Probably not.
Probably not.
So,
and do you want it? Like that team, the team practices that way.
Right.
If you're not going to have a team, if you're going to have a team of all NFL players and they're practicing that way consistently for that game, that's different. But to your point, how many players are going to want to do that? I think Team USA.
How much time are you going to have to be able to allocate to do that?
Exactly.
So,
and you got some of these countries that are just starting.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
I think Team USA would be just fine.
I did see RG3 said he's going to try out.
I thought that was a joke. I saw that too. I thought he was serious. I thought he was kidding.
No, I think he initially posted something saying he had made the team, and then I think he posted something else clarifying his statement, saying he's going to try out.
Oh, okay.
And just like everyone else, if you have aspirations of being an Olympian. So, good luck to him.
Question number 6.
From the 618, which total will be higher? The Blues' their point total, or the amount of Cardinals wins?
Ooh. How many points do the Blues have right now?
So the Blues currently, I believe they're at 67 points.
With 13 games left?
13 games left.
What's the point total? Is that what you're asking us?
Yeah, point total or Cardinals wins. So the Blues, I mean, they could win 4 more games
and get to.
I mean, you're looking at 75 points. Let's say they just win 4 more games. Right, that's 8 points. That gets you to 75, which is where we're sort of floating around for the Cardinals.
I will say Blues because I think Blues can get
us.
They're at 67 now. You said 10 to 13 more points will put you at 80, 77 to 80. Yeah, that's that. The Blues can probably get 10 more points, right?
I don't know.
I think so. I think they could.
That's 5 wins.
Okay.
Or 10 overtime losses, Anthony.
You say the Blues, I'll say the Cardinals.
Marcia, what say you?
We'll be right.
No, Marcia got to be the tiebreaker.
I think. Wow. Well,
do you think or do you know?
Well, Anthony, I don't know anything about the future unless it has anything to do with Ivan Herrera hitting a home run.
Very true. Marcia had a vision.
I did have a vision. Oh, man, that was a long time ago. It was a long time. That was 2 years ago. I will go with
your birthday.
On my birthday.
Blues. I'll go with the Blues.
Good answer, Marsh. It's the only answer.
Is it the only answer?
We just established that you two have differing opinions. That was
That's
one of the
football.
questions that we had.
Yeah.
But this is another example.
Well, Marsh,
baseball.
I don't want to hear you spreading that hopium anymore then about the Cardinals.
Just because your microphone broke earlier today doesn't mean that you have to bring us down too.
You know, I don't want you to be labeled a hypocrite, which is essentially what's going to happen after people find out that you don't think the Cardinals can win 76 games.
Okay.
All right? I'm looking out for you.
That
I
would be
believe they
bad.
can.
That would be bad for you, Marsh, actually.
I believe
You're the hopium
Yeah.
peddler here.
This is why people tune in to this show.
Because you peddle that hope.
Because you peddle that hope.
You do. And they get
Constantly.
high off the hopium.
That's the reason why people listen to our show.
That is.
You peddling that hope,
Did
man?
you not hear what I said? It's exactly why people listen to this show. To hear your hopium speeches.
Peddling it.
At some point, probably in May, they're going to think I'm crazy.
Because you had visions. Again. Anyways.
What?
120 wins.
Adam Wainwright pitching a no-hitter or something. Remember those? That was a vision.
That was in London. That didn't come to fruition.
No,
That was a bad
That
vision.
Ivan Herrera one, man.
That was a great
All you got to
one.
do is have one, man. One vision that hits.
Mm-hmm. And you're good to go.
Good to go.
All righty. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We have your shot to score a pair of tickets to the Battlehawks home opener this Saturday against the DC Defenders at the Battle Dome at America Center. See your Blackhawks, oh my God. Your Battlehawks kick off a new season and catch an epic halftime show featuring Nelly and the St. Lunatics. Purchase tickets at the UFL.com website or text in to win free tickets now at 314-399-9646. Which member of the Blackhawk? Oh, man. What am I doing? Battlehawks. Which member of the Battlehawks did we speak to last Friday at Ray's Sports House? If you know the answer, text in 314-399-9646, and you'll win those Battlehawks tickets.
There you go.
From us here at 101 ESPN. All right, we'll wrap up the show next. right, if you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101ESPN Star Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcasts are brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. March, would you like to move to 3 stars so we can pay that off?
Yes.
Let's do it.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
3rd star of the day goes out to Anthony's microphone.
Got that thing working.
2nd star of the day goes out to those that fixed the microphone, Craig and Marshall.
Indeed.
Good job, guys.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to the hardest working arm in St. Louis radio, Anthony Stalter's arm.
Yeah.
For holding up said microphone.
Oh, man.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Arms. I got both involved.
Yeah.
You know?
Good job.
They say I was doing preacher curls the entire time, which is good.
You had that, whatchamacallit arm you've been looking for.
Oh, the Winter Soldier arm. Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't even need to fix it if you had the Winter Soldier arm.
It probably would have just broken right off immediately.
Yes.
Now, guys, my birthday is on Monday. I'm kind of expecting that you guys
The Winter Soldier arm?
chipped in and got with my family, and that thing's coming on Monday.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see.
Yep. See what we can do.
Now I feel less confident the way that you guys are talking.
Be confident, Anthony.
Okay. All right, we got Blues hockey, Blues Capitals pregame coming up in 5 minutes, and the puck will drop at 7 for our guy Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. We will see you.